Oh yeah, let's get everybody up in this joint. Save. Let me bring up my little chat window. Oh man. Wow, I can't bring my chat window? Hold on. Golly, this is so unprofessional. Come on now, where's my chat window? There we go, chat window. There we go. All right. Oh, I'll put it up here. Let me turn it. Give me a second. I can. Man, then I realized I had to set this crap up. Boom, 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 boom. Can't see my chat yet. Hold on a second. There we go. Display. There we go. Switch it to that. There we go. There we go now. There we go now. Why did it put it over there? All right. All right. Hold on. Why do you grab the whole thing, you idiot? Put it over here. Jesus Christ. All right. What is going on? Oh, can everybody hear me? I don't know if everybody can hear me. Let's see. Yeah, what's going on, Sovereign? I feel like I gotta move on from Dodge. This is going away. It was the final blow. Tim's retiring. So sad Tim is leaving. Him retiring worries me a lot. This to me makes the new Charger that more important to be a success. What's going on, Frank? Let's see. Tim's getting out for everything hits the crapper. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, shoot. Well, yeah, Tim is leaving. I actually messaged him, and I'm gonna do a video on it, and you're gonna find it quite interesting. But yeah, like whoo. Oh, hey, Nas, that is a very interesting one. That's yeah, the Pontiac. Oh, that'd be interesting. Tim goes to Pontiac. But I will say, like I said, I'm gonna do a video on this because like I said, I did talk to Tim earlier today about this, and he's, like you said, he's not retired. He just leaving Stellantis. I think he's leaving Stellantis before the crap hits the fan, which is already hitting the fan. Cause especially you seen my videos. Oh, need better light. It's too dark. Alexa, turn the lights on to white. Is that better? Oh, what's going on, TK? I was just talking bad about you, TK, but yeah, I was basically saying that if you've seen like my videos or TK's garage videos, you'll see that there's a lot of quality issues going on within Dodge and Ram, because man, like you seen the video I talk about the UAW. They're talking about there's like modules and stuff that's like not waking up in the trucks. And I was actually talking to someone the other day, and they were telling me that some of these cheap modules that they've been putting in these radios and stuff, the reason why they're buggy and stuff is because they don't have like heat sinks and they're overheating and stuff. So I'm gonna have a very interesting video once that particular person gives me like some photos and some more information. And so they're probably watching this video, so they know who they are. But yeah, like there's a lot of quality issues going on, right? I mean, I'm only covering a part of it. You know, you see TK's garage, he's covering, oh, I mean, God, where can we start? Like porous engines. One guy came to me talking about his freaking crankshaft. Apparently his crankshaft is something's wrong with it. And they gotta drop the engine out, flip the engine over, replace the crankshaft out of it because it's leaking oil from the back of the engine. So golly, This Demon 170 rollout is crazy, but I think it was starting to get to the point to where I was actually gonna make a video saying that, you know, I see Dodge getting sold off within 5 years, and now I fully believe they're getting sold out within 5 years, especially with Tim Kuniskis gone. But the new CEO, Matt McClair, I actually know Matt McClair because Matt McClair has been working with me in the background on a few things. Matt McClair actually was the guy who helped me out with my Demon 170, so I have a very good understanding with Matt McClair. So I definitely wish Matt luck in his new role, and hopefully we'll still keep that same relationship that I've built with Tim Kuniskis over this short, what was this, about the 5th month, over this short 5-month time span. So hopefully me and Matt will keep having the same relationship. Tim's been listening to the Kenny Rogers song, "You Got to Know When to Run." Based on what you know, do you think I should buy a U 2022 TRX low mileage or just get the new RHO? The realist, I would say that a 22, 23, get you a TRX, the new one, not the new one, the old one. Get a 22, get a 23. The prices on there are going to be basically about the same as a RHO. And I'm just saying, I've had people tell me that actually is in this company that aren't very hurricane happy, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying. So I think these RHOs, especially the first year of really any vehicle, yeah, I don't think these RHOs are going to be very hot, especially with the video that I did. Now they got, I think, like about 50-some thousand views, with the wire harnesses being short in these Ram 1500s. And I was looking on the Hellcat forums, and there's guys already telling me in these new Ram trucks, the radios are buggy like the Grand Wagoneers. And some guy told me that the freaking truck turned off while they was driving. And what was that other message? Let me look over here on these Hellcat forum. Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, someone says her truck displays put in park to start while they're driving down the road. This other person said, was in a new Ram yesterday, a real nice one. It just quit running. The driver says it does that sometimes. The company I work for purchased many of these. This is BS. Like, this is crazy. There's already initial reports out from people that stuff is going on with these Ram trucks. And these trucks are having literally the same issues as the Grand Wagoneers and the Wagoneers. If you go, and I'm telling you this right now, if you go look on Auto Trader right now, and search for like 22, 23 Grand Wagoneers used, you go scroll down to the list, you see buyback, 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 buyback. There is so many Grand Wagoneers having buybacks. What's to say that's not gonna happen to these Ram trucks? I'm just saying. Let me scroll up through this. Nas Nations. Yeah, so Matt McClair is the new CEO of Dodge. Now, Matt McClair, he worked underneath Tim Kuniskis. He was one of like Tim Kuniskis' few people that worked directly underneath him. So Matt McClair is familiar with a lot of stuff. And I've worked with Matt on a few things in the background. And like I said, he actually helped me with my Demon 170. So I have full confidence in Matt McClair, but there's only so much you can do when Stellantis above you is turning everything to crap. Damn, I have a SCAP 1320 and you're scaring me. It's a last call. Hey, Tim Change, if you see some of the videos that we've done, you see some SCAP packs that's not welded in the back properly. I had a guy who windshield keeps cracking, and his car is supposed to go off to a like a frame shop or like a laser shop, something like that, for them to make sure his car is actually in spec, because his last call scat pack is cracking windows. Like it's like 3 windows within like 6 to 8 months. So I'm thinking his frame is not properly welded properly, or his unibody, or whatever you want to call it, and it's click, breaking glass, and it's breaking glass in the exact same spot, and there is no impact damage. And he showed me pictures where there's like 6, 7 other people that he knows that he's seen online had the exact same issues with their challenges, which is wild. Oh, let's see. European fake environment has got to get better. Yeah, let's see. Racer's got his D170 back. Yeah, now hopefully this time he won't put E85 in there before he breaks his engine in. Let's see. Why can't some of these companies leave Stellantis? I mean, they're American brands, right? Yeah, Naz, they can't really leave. They're part of a corporation. They would have to, Stellantis would have to sell the brand off. So that's what I'm thinking. Within 5 years, I'm pretty sure Dodge and Chrysler are going to get sold off. Like, I mean, there's no point in having those 2 brands. Or really Dodge, Chrysler, maybe Alfa Romeo, because Alfa Romeo is a sinking ship. So maybe they package all 3 of those vehicles or 3 brands together, package them off maybe to China. And I just don't see there's no real thing that I know of coming down the pipeline that's going to save Dodge in the near future. I've had a nice little conversation with Tim Kuniskis back in like December of going like, these are like some vehicles that I think Dodge should have in their lineup. I mean, he basically agreed that like, yeah, I would love to have him in there, but he has to make a business case for those vehicles to come back. And with Stellantis doing all this nonsense, those vehicles are never going to go back in the lineup. I mean, it just is what it is. But yeah, I'll say this. Like I said, I did message Tim. I don't know if he's gonna be watching this or not. And like I said, he did say that. Well, I'm not gonna say he did say, but let's just say you will not be hearing the last of Tim Kuniskis after June 1st. Basically, his 2-week notice. I mean, how many times have you heard of a CEO putting in like a 2-week notice to get the freak out of Dodge? that's like pun intended. The Tim Kuniskis put in his 2-week notice to get out of Dodge, and that's supposed to be like a funny saying, but this is actually true this time. But yeah, man, it's crazy. GM's looking for someone to take over at NASCAR. They're going Cadillac, but that would be cool to see it be Dodge. I mean, will it be Dodge? Oh, I mean, well, they could charter Daytona at NASCAR. Not like anybody cares, whatever. But that was fun. I gotta put that in my video. Tim Kuniskis put in his 2-week notice to get the freak out of Dodge. Oh man, that's just so hilarious. But yeah, I definitely want to. I'm definitely gonna thank Tim Kuniskis for, pretty much every single week. Well, it really was almost every single day. I was talking to Tim Kuniskis literally about a lot of different stuff. The Soldier, McHake, helping you guys out with stuff, some of the stuff with dealers, people that was like people that were trying to scam Dodge and stuff like that. So, and like people who had like issues where like their warranties got denied for nonsense and stuff. So I definitely like to thank Tim Kuniskis personally, and I'm doing in my video that he helped me and a lot of times with you guys in the background. And then like I said, the new CEO that's gonna be taking over, Matt McClair, he's going to I think he's gonna be a decent CEO. Like I said, I've talked to Matt. I pretty much started talking to him around maybe late January, February, and I've talked to him pretty much every week. So Matt has been like a real cool dude. So at least I have the advantage that I've communicated with both the previous CEO and the newest CEO, and now I have pretty good relationships with both of them. Let's see. Butter for the Dodge CEO. Let's fix this mess. Hey, thank you for the $20, OC. Hey, I would love to be the CEO. I mean, I don't have to even be the CEO. Let me be like the Dodge chief advisor, because Goldberg is the chief ambassador. So let me be Dodge chief ambassador. Generally, nah, I second that motion. Let's see. Did you see the video Dodge dropped this morning? The In and Out series. What do you think that's all about? They dropped a video this morning on Dodge's account. Like let me see. I'll check that out later. The In and Out series. I don't know. All I know is it doesn't involve me. I can tell you that crap. I'll check it out. I'll check it out later. What the freak? In and Out. Wasn't this a little series where they was having people from like out of the country or something like that? But whatever. I'll check it out. Oh man. I've said this before. Elon Musk needs to buy Stellantis once they fail and want to sell. Elon will have an electric car. Hey, Thomas, I said the exact same thing in the background that, hey, I would hope that either China or Elon Musk buys Dodge, because I think within 5 years, people are going to be so pissed off, and you got so many people that like Tim Kuniskis. With him gone, everyone gonna be able to the same conclusion. Like, this dude did not retire. He just left because the crap hit the fan. I mean, how many CEOs put in a 2-week notice and get the freak out of Dodge? I mean, like last year, like I think it was June of last year, there was articles out there last year that they did like a huge CEO shakeup last summertime, and there was like a 30 days before everything took effect. And here we go, 2 weeks, and you got the chick from failing Chrysler going to take over Ram, and you got my buddy Matt McClain going to take over for Dodge. And so, I mean, honestly, I wish they would have made him the CEO of Dodge and Ram and kept her over there in Chrysler. But oh boy, let's see, Dodge Viper. Hey, I talked to Tim about the Viper. And I've hinted at him like, hey, you have a vehicle already in Maserati that y'all could basically use the body and make an I don't know, an American car out of it. But with considering all the crap going on with the Hornet, like I said, my Hornet was fine. I liked my Hornet. But I mean, I know there's a lot of people who had issues with theirs. Then I saw TK's video. I wish I would have saw TK's video before my Hornet went back to Dodge, so I can actually look under there and see that they got plastic freaking tow rods and crap. Like, I would have loved to see that before it went back, so I can be like, this is like cost cutting for real. Plastic, what was that, steer rod, tow rods, whatever. It's just crazy. Wait, how will Elon save Dodge? I'm sure he could do better advancing with certain vehicles, but they be electric. Nah, see, Naz, the main thing is if Tesla buys Dodge, all Tesla has to do is give Dodge the emissions credits to come out with V8s again, right? So all they got to do is basically allow Dodge to have, emissions credits so they don't get fined, and then all the money that they save from not getting fined will benefit Tesla, because Tesla is not making money anymore on these emissions credits because a lot of companies aren't buying them from Tesla anymore. So what is Tesla going to do with all these extra emissions credits that no one's buying? Stellantis already said they're not buying them. I think other brands started to cut down on them, probably because of the government's pissed off at Tesla from Elon Musk buying Twitter and stuff. So it would make sense that if Tesla buys Dodge, honestly, they could make a hybrid Hellcat, right? Basically like an E-Ray. You put electric motors in the front axle, V8 in the rear axle, and then bam, you have a pretty fast freaking Dodge that could hook, kind of like an E-Ray. And then could you imagine like a 700 horsepower V8 engine with an electric motor powering the front wheels? So as you're spinning, the front wheels are still pushing the car up forward. So there's a lot of benefits that a relationship between Tesla and Dodge can have together. It'll definitely work out for like the SUVs and stuff that has more room in them, or like they can come out with. I'm pretty sure that if Tesla had the ability to have like a Durango or something, they would basically come out with a crazy transmission that would be super efficient to make those cars reach higher emissions anyway. But you know, that's why I hope Tesla would do it, because I think Elon Musk would do a great job in being like, F the government for trying to tell me that I can't do something, and then allow Dodge to make basically a new engine. Because the problem with Dodge is they never innovated their engines. All they did was take the same engine and add to it. Same engine, add to it. They designed a Hellcat, and then they made a Demon engine out of it. So they just added to it. They took the Demon engine from 2018 and then just added to it, and then we got the Demon 170. They never moved over to another generation of Hemi. And so the engine is like over a decade old. And so that's part of the problem. They couldn't meet emissions. And I think part of the reason why they never upgraded the engines was because FCA was so worried about getting bought out by other companies that they just didn't want to invest the money in new engines. So it's like, once like FCA came about, literally within the first couple of years, Sergio was like, hey, GM, buy me out. Hey, GM, buy me out. Hey, GM, buy me out. You can go look at all these articles online. Because I wanted to make a video about that, about how FCA was trying to get bought out by everybody. They kept pressuring GM, Marabera, to go buy them out. Marabera kept saying no, 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 no. And then somebody within FCA, whether it be Sergio or somebody else, went to the UAW to have one of those them corrupt UAW presidents go and mess with GM to basically mess with them to basically reduce their profits and stuff, to kind of force GM into merger with FCA. And then that's why GM sued FCA for racketeering and other stuff, because they tried to use the UAW. And then the UAW got caught up in the whole scandal and stuff. And the UAW is the ones who's having to have the presidents go to damn jail, being on probation. I think there was a guy that was part of UAW who was on like GM's board of trustees, whatever. They had to basically remove him, right? They removed him because he was part of the whole crap. So a lot of crap happened behind the scene where FCA was trying to pressure companies into buying them out. I don't think FCA wanted to stay in power long. So, because I mean, you got articles about them trying to murder GM. You have articles where they was trying to get bought out by I think Renault, Geely. There's like an auto group that Nissan's a part of. They want to be part of Nissan. So there's a lot of people they tried to get to merge with them, or probably buy them out, right? I think Sergio just wanted to merge with Chrysler, and then go have somebody buy them out so he can cash out, kind of like Mike Manley did. Because Mike Manley basically he signed a contract with Peugeot, and then within like 11 months he cashed out with like what, 60 something $million after like 11 months, and then goes jump to AutoNation. And then you watch TK Garage video, Mike Manley, he knows what's coming down the pike for Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and all those crew, right? And so TK Garage was saying that, hey, Mike Manley is going around in meetings trying to move all his Dodge GMs to other brands, because they might pull out of all their Dodge, Jeep, Ram stores. They might just stop selling that brand because they're not selling. And then I got to talk to TK and TK and OC Motor about this, because I was talking to a GM of a dealership today, actually, and he was telling me that Stellantis is trying to get them to buy a new product. And so they was basically doing something where you can, what was it? He said they were trying to get them to basically give them a certain amount of money for every vehicle that they buy, so they can basically take losses on all the old cars. So it's so like that's something that he's telling me that Stellantis is doing until the end of this year, where they're trying to give the dealers all this extra money to buy all this new product to push out all the old cars, because all these dealers are complaining that they can't sell all this old inventory. I mean, they still got 2022, 2023s still sitting on lots, hell, 2024s, and you got Ram selling 2025 trucks, and they still got unsold 2022s by the masses, unsold 2023s. Like, he was telling me that, like, you know, no one's looking at Hornets. They got Durango Hellcats they can't give away. What was the other vehicle he told me about? They got old Ram trucks still sitting there, like 2023 like HD trucks that no one's buying. And you about to have the next gen Ram truck come out later this year. So it's like, it's getting real bad out there. And I mean, I can see why Tim was like, let me get the heck up out of here, because it is getting real bad out there. Oh man. But well, yeah. Shoot, man. But yeah, I think the new CEO is gonna do a pretty good job. Like I said, I've talked to Matt McClar a bunch of times. I talked to him on the phone. I text message him all the time. So I think he'll do a pretty decent job for what he has to work with. But I don't know if he can overcome all the crap that Stellantis is doing in the background with cutting all this cost, right? I mean, if you look at it, Stellantis ever since 2021, so 4 years, they done fired over 90% of all the American employees. They done switched suppliers to all these cheap Chinese suppliers, or all these cheap modules. And so now you have like the Grand Wagoneer that's buggy as crap. There's people already talking in the forums about the 2025 Ram trucks that's already out with Hurricanes. They're buggy. Some are stopping. Some are not even turning on. They had what the UAW already saying in a podcast that Stellantis is towing a bunch of trucks to the headquarters to fix them because there's stuff going wrong with them. Let me see what else. Well, you got people laid off. More layoffs are coming. Quality issues. Hornets not selling. All this old inventory sitting on lots. I mean, I would get out too. I'm thinking layoffs are coming. Yep, layoffs definitely are coming. When Dodge crashes like Blockbuster, you might be able to buy or bring back the V8 and V10 engines. Someone's got to do it. Make it America again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I couldn't buy it. I'm too damn gonna pull for that. But like, if I could be like an advisor to Dodge, oh, I would love to be that. I mean, I've already said my piece to them in the background, but like, hey, you need a cheap mid-sized car. You need a car that's in like that 20 to 30K range, because you can't find any performance cars for like $5 a month anymore. Everything's like $1,000. Like Scat Packs are like $1,000 a month. It is wild. Yeah, let's see. I'm having issues with the modules on my 2500. I'll DM you later. Oh yeah. Hey, Ghost. Hey, that's what I'm saying. These freaking cheap Chinese modules, man. Oh my goodness. And then I just read another article where Stellantis is going to export more vehicles from China literally everywhere except for the US market. So they're literally using all these cheap Chinese products. And somebody, I could have sworn somebody told me, I'm about to see if it was the person I was talking to the other day, that they was using a bunch of old modules from older vehicles to put in these new ones. And that's why a lot of stuff is buggy. But golly. Stellantis is going to run his company to the ground. They had us come in today knowing they didn't have any parts to run just to send us home early. Oh yeah, like I know that happens a bunch of times in like the Ram plants. Like they'll come in, and then if it's like an 8-hour shift, they'll sit for 7.5 hours and run for 30 minutes. I mean, what my buddy in the plant was telling me, that they're missing Hurricanes. They're missing wire harnesses. They're missing windows. They're missing little pieces of trim here and there. The wire harnesses are too short. I mean, I've known situations where they've had to fly in harnesses and stuff where they sit there for like 4 or 5 hours. They run for like 2 or 3 hours. I mean, I've known times where they'll get called in to go work in the plant and then go right back home 30 minutes later. So it's like today, Jesus, like I'm telling you, like I can see a good reason why Tim dipped out of there because, geez, when you just look at it from afar, could you imagine how much crap Tim was going through in the background? You got the Europeans turning literally every project he touched to crap. I mean, if it wasn't for Tim Kuniskis, I mean, you wouldn't have Hellcats, you wouldn't have Demons, you wouldn't have. I mean, hey, he made a production car that required a freaking parachute, a production car that would do a wheelie. How many other people you know in their right mind that's a suit and tie that would make a car like that and literally, dig, die on that grave and bring out cars that literally shaped car culture for the last decade. I mean, this is probably like the greatest 10 years of production cars that, especially performance-wise for the dollar, well, maybe not the last 3 or 4 years, because that's all Stellantis' fault, right? I mean, it was crazy when you could have got like a Scat Pack in that 30 to 40K range, like a 500 horsepower car. That was dollar for dollar performance. I mean, I got my freaking, my first Hellcat 2017 for like 60 grand. I mean, that was a freaking bargain. Now it's like, you want a Hellcat now, depending on how some dealers option them, that's like almost 90 something grand for a freaking Hellcat. A Red Eye is like 105, 110, depending on how you option it. And then you got D170, like a 120. But then you got dealers who will like, option them, or not option them out, but they'll, hey, $50,000 over, $100,000 over. So I can see why Tim want to get the heck up out of here. Everything that he's touched that everyone loved is gone or neutered with a Hurricane engine, right? he pushed Hellcats, and now I got to push Hurricanes. I don't think, no matter if he even told me that, I'm pretty sure in his heart and soul he wouldn't want to do that. There's no way you can tell me that a guy that wants to push 7, 8, 9, 1,000 horsepower V8 supercharged cars is going to want to do a 180 and push a inline 6 no soul Hurricane engine, which I'm just saying, I've heard has been having issues because, as I said, last year that Hurricane engine was supposed to be in roadkill nights in the grudge matches. All the influencers were supposed to get Hurricane engines, but all of a sudden, out of the middle of nowhere, they all got pulled. And then Hurricane engines have been in the Grand Wagoneer and the regular Wagoneer for 2 years now, and you're telling me that it's going to take almost 4 years, the 4th year of Hurricane engines being out in the public to go into a Dodge car. It doesn't make sense, because you already got Hurricanes with 2022 Wagoneers, Hurricane 2023 Wagoneers. Then you're going to skip a year with Dodge, and then the 4th year now is going to go into a Charger. It doesn't make sense. I know for a fact they got pulled from roadkill nights. There's articles about it being in roadkill nights. Then all of a sudden it's gone. I've talked to some people, and they said that, hey, the engine was having some problems. So, I mean, and I would think that, if this Hurricane engine has so much potential that people would have made, kits for it when it was in the Grand Wagoneer. Because if there's an Escalade V pushing 700 horsepower and that would just destroy a Grand Wagoneer, I would think that some tuning shop would have took a high output Hurricane from a Grand Wagoneer, tuned it to be like, hey, look, when this engine goes into the Chargers, it's going to be a heck of an engine. Look how much power we can get out of it in a Grand Wagoneer, blah, blah, blah. But in almost 3 years, no shop has done it. And I'm just gonna say this: they're gonna put cheap transmissions in those cars. So that's why I'm going, like, people think they're gonna buy an RHO and they're gonna basically tune that stressed out Hurricane engine to like 700 horsepower and have them a turbo 700 horsepower RHO that'll slap a TRX. I think they're gonna think twice. It's not gonna happen. And then you have what? And then you're gonna have what is that? Those high output Hurricanes. There is no way Stellantis is going to allow the high output Hurricane outperform the RT electric vehicle. There's no way possible. Because if you told someone that the cheaper high output Hurricane Charger can outperform the cheapest RT Charger Daytona, no one would buy the Charger Daytona. So they're going to neuter that high output Hurricane car to make the Charger Daytona look good. And the Charger Daytona RT is gonna weigh like 5,000 pounds, so it's already not gonna be that fast. I mean, what was the 0 to 60 in Charger RT? Let me go look. Charger Daytona RT 0 to 60 EV. Yeah, okay, here we go, right here. So Dodge claims a 3.3 second 0 to 60 for the Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. The RT will be 4.7 seconds and 60. So you got to think, if they put that Hurricane engine in a Charger Daytona, the high output version, I guarantee it's not going to be faster than 4.7 seconds. It might be like 4.8, 4.9, something like that, because there's no way they might neuter it to 5 seconds, honestly. Because if it's that close, no one's going to buy the RT, which I would buy the RT anyway, because a lot of stuff you cannot do in the RT. Like, you cannot disable the front wheel drive in the RT. You can do that in the Scat Pack. So I would never buy an RT. I would either buy a high output or I buy a Scat Pack EV, because those are the two ones that you're going to do stuff. But I mean, those cars are way too heavy, and they can get beat by a Model 3 that has way less power. But I'm just saying. Let's see. Or maybe a new muscle car of some sort. Something original with a new set of engines. That's why I was telling Tim Kuniskis, I like, look, why don't y'all make a mid-sized car and you put a Hurricane engine in it? Let it go slap up freaking Mustangs, since Mustangs and Challengers and Chargers, they aren't the same size. One's a pony car, one's a muscle car. They can't compare, blah, blah, blah. Then why don't you make a car that's a little bit smaller than the Mustang, put a 550 horsepower Hurricane engine in it, and have it go slap Mustangs around? I mean, that would make a lot more sense. Oh, let's see. Even in 15, the Renegade was priced higher than a Patriot. That was wacky. The Compass now starts at $39K, and it's worse in a lot of ways than the ancient POS Patriot. They cut costs all over it. Yeah, I mean, shoot. And, you know, I was at a dealership, and I looked, and they had a Compass and a Hornet parked side by side. It is literally the same exact vehicle. If you look at them side by side and then you go look at the stats, same fuel tank size, same engine in there, same cargo capacity, a Compass and a Hornet is the exact same vehicle almost, right? I think they took the chassis, took the Compass off of it, dropped on there a Tenali and a Hornet, and boom, there you go. We'll charge $10,000 more for this originality. Butter, it does. Stellantis is causing a hurricane and destroying everything Dodge built. Yeah. There was nothing stopping FCA from putting in development a newer, more efficient V8 engine. If your competitors were doing so, GM was putting in with the LT1s. Ford was keep updating up their what engine? I forgot what the engine's called. I forgot what Ford engines are called, but I know GM, they're updating the LT1s. Ford updating their engines, and then bam, they went from LSs to LT1s, and then they got LT3s and 6s and all this other crap. And then there's an article that in another 1 or 2 more years, they're going to upgrade to another V8 engine. Ford, basically put in the two intakes on the Mustang in order to meet emissions, because I guess then they bring in way more airflow because they got those damn charcoal filters inside the tubes. So you got all these other companies making V8s to pass emissions, but I'm just gonna say I think that FCA and Stellantis tied Tim Kuniskis' hands behind the back, like, nah, we're not making any more V8s. Like, at the best you can do is modify one, Deem 170, but that's about it. That's what that's what I think. Like, and Tim could pull a Carroll Shelby. Tim could go the Carroll Shelby route. Hey, look, that would be very interesting. Like I said, I know for a fact Tim Kuniskis is not retiring. You will see him again. Where it is, we'll find out. I ought to say that we'll find out. But the funny thing is, right? Once Kuniskis NDA runs out, or not NDA, but non-compete runs out, there are so many fired employees of FCA that technically they can start their own company. And I saw somebody wrote a comment earlier that, the ad about Pontiac coming back. So what if, in a crazy scenario, that Tim Kuniskis and all the other former employees of FCA, they go and revive Pontiac? that would be wild. Could you imagine a freaking V8 Firebird? That would be insane. With all the DNA of a Hemi. or really all they gotta do is just borrow the engines over from GM, and then bam, right? I mean, they can still make a better looking Camaro car, because the plant that made the Camaro still makes what I think the Cadillacs. All the Cadillacs, all the stuff still made on the same production line. So if they wanted to make a Pontiac car, I mean, honestly, they could. And that would be like a really cool idea. I've always liked Pontiac. Trans Ams, Firebirds, those are always pretty cool vehicles. So that would be wild. They would be, oh man, could you imagine Tim Kuniskis reviving the Bandit? Wow. An all new black and gold Bandit with the eagle or the Firebird on that crap, all that. That would be freaking insane. Oh man. And imagine that car was like, I mean, as long as he keep it under, if he made a V8 Bandit car and it was under 60 grand, and it was like, oh no, I can't talk to you right now, I'm live streaming, baby. But yeah. Oh, and just imagine if they brought Pontiac back and they borrowed engines from GM. Could you imagine like a Firebird with like a Z06 engine in there? Whoo, boy. It just screaming going down the road. Oh man. Like, and I know GM, I know Chevy's like, well, we don't want anything to compete with the Corvette, blah, blah, blah. But if they just took the Z06 engine, detuned it to 600 even, because the Z06 has 670, just detune it down to 600, and then through some tuning in the aftermarket, get it back at like 700 horsepower. Boy, a 700 horsepower Firebird running around just screaming. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But I will say that, hey, you may be hearing a screaming Z06 sometime in the near future. Just saying. That's why you got to follow me on social media, because I do leave hints about stuff on there. But yeah, Anthony, I think Tim Kuniskis got out while they're going. Well, I don't know why the going was good. There's a lot of problems, right? I mean, you got, oh man, I mean, hell, you got what, D170s having issues, engines blowing, cars leaking, body issues, rusting issues, cars not welded properly, cars not glued properly, glitching Ram trucks, short wiring harnesses. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And like I said, I wouldn't put that on Tim. That's like more of a Stellantis being cheap thing. Oh yeah, Pontiac GTO. Like that's a funny thing you said right there, Tom. I actually have 2 GTOs sitting outside my house. I got 2 67 GTOs. Like he revived that. Oh man. I don't know why I didn't think GTO. I just keep thinking Firebird, Trans Am, Bandit car, freaking GTO. Just don't bring back the Le Mans or the I do see Tim. I want to see Tim write a book like the DeLorean on a clear day. You can. Oh yeah, like it would be funny if Kuniskis wrote a book about, you know, the decade, basically like the decade of excellence, or the decade of decadence, or the decade of owning car culture. Like he could literally write a book. Like make it an audiobook, because I'm not gonna read a long book, but he makes an audiobook and he voices the audiobook. That would be I would definitely want to listen to that. Oh man. Let me see. This is really the purge. Yeah. Hey, Ken, this definitely is a purge, because right, you gotta think, last year the CEO of Ram got pushed over to Mopar. So he got dipped out, right? Then you had Mark Stewart. He was the guy that negotiated between Stellantis and the UAW. He dipped out to Goodyear. What, the year before that, you had Mike Manley, the former CEO of FCA. He dipped out of AutoNation. You've had engineers who were part of SAT. They dipped out. 90-something% of employees, they're fired. They're let go. So pretty much everybody that Tim Kuniskis might have personally hired or he worked with on a daily basis, all those cats are gone. Stellantis wants to sell the headquarters for FCA and then maybe lease back a couple rooms in the building. But they got to ask the UAW to get permission from the UAW to sell a part of the headquarters. Like I think the UAW has like a lease or something like that in like a couple of the rooms or whatever. So maybe in the next few months, we might see the FCA headquarters up for sale. And then I heard a rumor, and I thought this was the next person gonna be gone. But I did hear a rumor that Ralph Giles, he's out. So I heard that last year. Well, hold on. Did I hear that last year? No, I heard it this year. I heard that Ralph Giles, he's gonna be retiring from Stellantis. And that's gonna be when his contract runs out. So I'm just saying, I heard he was gonna be dipping out, and I thought that, you know, when I first saw, hey, blah blah blah's retired, I thought that was gonna be Ralph Giles, but I was just surprised to see that it was actually Tim Kuniskis that retired. So I got my money that Ralph Giles is next, because how many people is left with iconic names? I think the only other big name within Stellantis that I know from FCA's days is what was that, Mark Trussell? I think he's like one of the VPs of like Mopar or Dodge, my dad. So I think Mark Trussell is like one of the last big names in there. So how long is Mark Trussell going to stay there, right? And I remember seeing Mark Trussell when I went to was it Scottsdale for Barrett Jackson when Goldberg sold his cars off. So I saw Ralph Giles there. I saw Mark Trussell there. I wish that daggone dude who was at Barrett Jackson, who was taking photos, gave me that daggone picture. Like, I gave him on social media, but he never reached out to me. He has a picture of me and Ralph Giles together, holding up a daggone flag, the last call flag, but the dude never messaged me back. So I'm going like, if that dude who works for a freaking Barrett Jackson took my photo with Ralph Giles, can you please give me that freaking photo? I mean, come on now. Like, it's been months, baby. Holla at your boy. But they need to team up and buy Dodge back if it gets sold. I mean, like I said, I would say that if anything, there are so many people who were let go of literally everywhere in FCA. They can literally start their own company, right? If somebody's reviving Pontiac, I'm like, look, you can have literally literally have every employee from FCA go and actually revive Pontiac. I mean, heck, what if, you know, they buy back one of, you know, FCA's old brands, right? What if they go buy back Plymouth, right? But hey, you know, you're not gonna sell Dodge, you're not gonna bring back Plymouths, but what if you sell us Plymouth brand back and we go build Plymouth? So what if that happens, right? So all it needs like basically like a financial backer that has like a few $1 billion in their pocket. This is, I'm pretty sure is not a billionaire. So he needs somebody with financial backing. Be like, hey, look, can we go buy Plymouth back? Could we go join up if Pontiac's coming back and make another brand? So it's like, that would be that would be awesome. That they would literally just had to buy it back because Stellantis was technically FCA still owns the patents for Plymouth. So they brought back a Plymouth, you know, but the problem is they couldn't make they could not make a CUDA because the trademark for the CUDA just got renewed. So they would have to either wait for that trademark to run out, or they had to buy the trademark back, or kind of package it in if they wanted to buy Plymouth back. So I'm pretty sure that Kuniskis, if he doesn't jump to a dealership group, because that's what Mike Manley did. He jumped to one of the biggest dealership groups in the country. I don't know if Tim Kuniskis would be like a dude that want to sell cars, but I can kind of see him jumping to a car brand. So could he jump to Ford Performance? Could he jump to I don't know if he would jump to the Chevy. I mean, I don't know why, because GM seems to be fine not having CEOs of each brand, right? I mean, who knows who the CEO of Chevy, GMC, Cadillac, and Buick is? Like, there's literally nobody knows who those people are if they are even CEOs of those brands. So, I mean, unless he goes to like a performance version of a brand, I don't know. So like, but like I said, like, but it would be cool. And like I said, I have no idea if they would do this, but it'd be pretty cool if all those fired employees, they all got together. I know they all got non-competes with Stellantis and crap like that. So they probably gotta wait like 6 months or a year. Would be cool if all of them got together, a big old group chat, WhatsApp, whatever. Like, hey, look, why don't we gang up? I'll go talk to some people that I know that got a lot of money, Elon, and let's go start a brand. What if they start like a Tesla gas division? So, I mean, what if you see like a daggone a Tesla Model S with a V8 engine in it? like I don't know. I mean, maybe you see like a freaking Roadster with a V8 engine in the back and electric motors in the front. Like, that'd be wild. But or maybe, you know, they get a Chinese brand to back them. They either resurrect the old brand, Pontiac, Plymouth, one of those brands, and then there you go. Hey, brand new company. And then, like I said, that's why I would like, you know, Tesla to do it, because if Tesla was to basically back them, like I said, Tesla can go sell them emissions credits. They can go build V8 engines. Don't got to build any full electric cars, because they get all those credits that Tesla was making billions of dollars on to get past the fines. And then boom, there's profit share with Tesla, because a lot of companies profit share with each other for vehicles, right? I mean, you had what was that, the new Supra. You got basically like a little collaboration between BMW and Toyota to make the Supra, right? I mean, the companies make cars together all the time. So, like I said, it'd be pretty cool that Tesla got to a partnership with whatever company that Tim Kuniskis could start. I mean, that would be real awesome. But I feel like Dodge is cooked, like really cooked. Yeah, I mean, I think it is too. Like I said, I have every bit of faith in the new CEO, Matt McClair. Like I said, I've talked to him, Matt McClair. He's been pretty cool to me. I talked to him literally almost pretty much every week since the whole McElligott crap went on, I've talked to Matt McClair, the new CEO. So I've talked to basically Tim Kuniskis and Matt McClair, both pretty much every single week since January. So I say I have a pretty good relationship with both of them. Damn, you know what? I did not even text Matt. I'm gonna text Matt in the morning, like, hey, congratulations being named the new CEO. I just forgot to freaking text him because I read the article. I didn't read the whole thing. I just read Tim Kuniskis is retiring, and then I wrote Tim Kuniskis like, look, I don't believe the BS that you're retiring, but I know you're going somewhere else. That's basically what I wrote him. So I'm not gonna tell you his response, but I basically told Tim like, yeah, I don't believe that you're freaking retiring. I think just retiring basically means you're gonna get your severance package and get the freak out of Dodge. Let's see. There could be another way. Rumor Starbucks investors voiced their opinions and one of the baristas unionized. I don't know about that. I don't know if they're well, wait, you got a UAW there, so. But let's see. I feel you, SK. A GTX would be awesome. They dropped the ball and had a chance to do so instead of making the Charter GTs. And Charlie could have had a GTX trim. Oh yeah, that would have been cool. What did SK say? Let me screw up. See what SK said. Well, we all bought stock in Stellantis and voiced our opinion during the proxy vote to push change the company their way. Well, I mean, the problem is with Stellantis is that these guys them bought so much of their own stock back to basically jack up their own stock price, right? Because you can go Google Stellantis buybacks, stock buyback, and you'll see for like 2 or 3 years straight, they were buying back their own stocks in order to artificially jack up the values of their stocks, even though year after year they're selling less and less vehicles. So I already know that they're not going to be able to get away with that this year. I think somebody already said their first quarterly meeting, they actually were negative in something for the first time ever, which I think they're going to try to correct that. Because like I said, I was talking to a dealer earlier today, and he was telling me that Stellantis is basically having to where they are trying to force dealers to order cars because dealers stopped ordering cars for months. Like there's some dealers who haven't ordered a new car in like 6, 7, 8 months because they have so much inventory that no one's buying. Some dealers are stuck with like 30 or 40 Hornets and no one's buying. So what Stellantis is doing is they're going to basically give them basically like a bonus for every car that they order. I think it's like maybe like 5%, I think he said like 5% on trucks. So if it's like $100,000 truck, they're gonna get 5% on that truck order. So they're basically get what, $5,000? And so they encourage the dealers to, hey, look, we're gonna give you this bonus money for every order that you order, right? So if you order, 10 trucks, that's $50,000 extra dollars, right? So take that $50,000 extra dollars to offset you selling cars at a loss, because that's the only way they're gonna get rid of Hornets. Because these dealers can only sell, or not sell, but they can only trade cars amongst themselves, but so many times. Like you're gonna keep trading on these cars, and they eventually gotta be sold. Because that's one thing that me, TK, OC Motivator, we was actually on a conference call with a GM. I mean, like at some point in time, you guys gotta let go of these old cars, especially when banks aren't gonna finance them at MSRP. Like some banks want it to be like 20% on the MSRP, and a lot of customers ain't gonna bring 20% to the table for a dealer to be like, hey, look, well, we can get you fines, blah, blah, blah. You got to come up with the rest of the money. So a GM I talked to today, he was like, look, if they give us all this bonus money, we're going to take L's on these other cars to get them out of here because we don't want them, messing with our, damn, now I'm drawing a daggone blank, but floor plan. So he was telling me today that, hey, look, once I get these orders in, and the Stellantis gives me like I think he said he gonna get maybe like 200 grand for all the orders he placed. He like, look, I got 200 grand. I'm gonna sacrifice 50 to 100 grand to sell under dealer invoice some of these cars to get them out of my floor plan, right? So he was like, if somebody makes me a stupid offer on like a Scat Pack or RT or Hornet or something like that, and it's like if I gotta sell the Hornet for like 30K to break even, I'll sell it for 20, 25 to get it off a floor plan because Stellantis in the background has paid me a bonus for ordering new product. So you're gonna start seeing, I guarantee you, because he told me they just started doing it a few weeks ago, and it's gonna be till the end of the year. So you literally got from now to the end of the year where these dealers are gonna start really aggressively getting rid of these cars, right? They're gonna start selling these cars at a loss. And that's one thing I gotta make a video about. And that's one thing I talked to TK about, but I don't know if he's still here or not. But yeah, and then I guess me and him and OC, we can do another conference call with that GM again, and he can basically tell us what they're gonna do. But you're gonna start seeing these cars really cheaply made. Cause he pointed out to me, the GM did, that in order to get rid of these Hornets, some of the dealers who are selling like the they're selling like the $50-some thousand, what was that, the $50-some thousand Hornets, they're selling for about 30, 35K. He was basically telling me that the reason why they were selling for that cheap, because these dealerships have gotten to the point where they got that bonus money from Stellantis. So they like, bump it, get rid of this daggone Hornet as cheap as possible. So that's why I've seen some ads some places where some of these dealers was giving away 55K Hornets for like $30,000, $35,000, about a 20K discount on those cars. So like I said, Tim got out at the right time because these cars are not selling, and it's like there's nothing positive coming out. I mean, look what's coming out. Ram 1500s, buggy as crap. People talking about these daggone things are turning off, they're buggy, it's crap like that. You got what? The Ram Rev. I think the first one came down the line, I think like last week. Then they told me the Ram Charger gonna be coming later this year because they want to run the Ram Revs out first, but no one's gonna buy the Ram Rev. Then you got what? The Wagoneer S, that's coming this year, which people aren't buying regular gas powered Wagoneers. So who's gonna buy an electric Wagoneer? Then you got what? Both the Charger Daytona 2-door and the 4-door EV, and both RT and Scat Pack. So it's like, man, like who's gonna buy those cars? Then you have the next gen, what I can't really say next gen, but then you got the updated Ram HD trucks, which still has the old cab that's still not updated. So you still got the old cab. So I'm going like, dude, like, what's the point for people upgrading their HD trucks? It's the same as that cab. Only gonna be different is, I think they're just the interior gonna be updated. So, it's just gonna be freaking wild. So I mean, like other than the HD trucks, what is going to be something that y'all messaged me in the background like, yeah, Raph Jones is next. Yeah, like, I mean, what you expect? There's no other big name brand person that anyone knows left in Dodge. Like, I can't think other than Mark Trussell. There's no other big name person that we read about. Mark Stewart is not there. Mark Trussell's still there. Raph Giles is still there. I mean, you got what? Kuniskis is gone. Who else is left? So I mean, I can't think of anybody else that's you read articles about that's still in the brand. I don't blame Tim for leaving. Staying would just tarnish his reputation, and no one wants to see that. But Lee Coca didn't do well at the bailing out on Chrysler. I mean, I'll say this: you can fail a lot higher than what's going on now. So they plan on inflating the stock price through sales and buying back more stock before the end of the year. Yeah, Chicago. They basically been buying back stock the last 2 or 3 years. Like, how in the world is their stock so high, and they have so many vehicles on the worst selling list, right? I mean, literally almost every single vehicle that they sold in America is on the worst selling list. Challenger, Charger, um, Hornet, right? Ram 1500 was on there. Grand Wagoneer was on there. Ram HD trucks was on there, 25 and 3500, right? You had the Maserati, Ghibli, whatever, that was on there. So the Wrangler was on there. I mean, hell, they pulled out the Wrangler 4xEs in California and other carb states because people weren't buying them, right? You had what, Wrangler 4xE, the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. I mean, they stopped putting them suckers in those states. So it's like, what's going on here? You got let's say you got Grand Wagoneers getting bought back left and right, left and right. You can go on Facebook right now and go to the Grand Wagoneer Facebook group, and literally every like third post is somebody talking about getting a Grand Wagoneer bought back. Like, it's just crazy. Oh, yeah, I need to stop making videos talking about the problems, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's kind of hard not to make videos and stuff where literally almost every post is, oh, my buyback. Oh, it's taking so long to get my buyback. Oh, they're taking all day to get my buyback. Oh, it's been 3-4 months and they still didn't my buyback yet. I'm like, what you expect? What you expect? Dodge Challenger's not selling is an atrocity. And that, like I said, I put that on the shoulders of Stellantis because they are too expensive. That's their main problem. They are way too expensive. Like, it's kind of hard to tell people that, hey, why don't you buy the same vehicle that you bought like 3 or 4 years ago that was like 30% cheaper, even though inflation might have went up 10% or whatever, right? You're literally being greedy because, as I said in my other video, there's a difference between adjusting for inflation or, trying to have profit, and there between that and greed. So it's like, and just like, TK Garage says, this dude bought a freaking Scat Pack for $30-some-thousand and now it's twice that amount. You can get some Scat Packs for like 70 grand. That's insane. You can get some Scat Packs at freaking Hellcat wide body money. I mean, that's not even clicking right? So I mean, hell, you can get a freaking a super stock that's more expensive than the 2018 Demon. So it's like the math, just like the dude from the UAW said in my video, the math ain't mathing. So now it's like, then you got the problem is you got people who have these Dodge cars, they want to get a new version of it, but they paid a markup on it and they are upside down because now the values of their cars is down and they got a markup and they can't afford to basically roll it over with a higher interest rate into a new loan to get another car. So, and it doesn't help that the next generation Dodge cars are way more expensive with way less power. So, I mean, you can basically see RIP. That's basically how you can spell it. RIP for Dodge on this crap. So it's like, I mean, I can understand now. In 2017, I got a Hellcat at 60K. I can understand maybe 6-7 years later, it's probably 70 at most. But it's crazy how you can look around and you can see basic Hellcats, wide bodies, 717 horsepower for like 90 grand if they're spec'd up high. Like, it just does not make sense. And there's no reason a freaking Scat Pack should be like $1,000 a month, right? I mean, honestly, I would say that they should have basically got rid of the RTs and just made less Scat Packs, and then that way they wouldn't get fined as much. Let's see. Fun fact: the new 2024 high-performance EV Charger, has an extremely close top speed. I think even a few miles per hour less than the current V6 SXT. Wow. Oh man, hey, that's one thing I was saying, Mopar team. Like, look, you can grab I mean, I'll give you an example, D170. I can beat you up to 149 mile per hour. But if you got like a scat pack, you will smoke me on the highway, right? So I only have an advantage on the first part of the equation. The other half, I don't, right? That was the one thing that killed me, my TRX. I freaking my TRX 118. I got like a Durango 392. I got my TRX right there. And then we're on the highway, 70 miles an hour. Then we're going 118. Oh, stop. Boop. Got me. So it's like, come on, man. But yeah, that's funny. Daggone. So you're saying basically the Scat Pack top speed is a few miles per hour less than a V6 XXT. Oh man, that's gonna be wild. You know what? I wonder if on those high output Hurricane Chargers, would they neuter the top speed to not make the Scat Pack and RT look bad? Or how about this? They neuter the Scat Pack and stuff, right? Not the Scat Pack, the high output motor. So let's say they neuter the high output motor, but make you buy a stage kit in order to make it beat the Scat Pack. That would be hilarious. But is it Saturday? Oh yeah, good. Today Friday, so I gotta put my son to sleep. I usually gotta put my son to sleep around this time. But yeah, it's definitely wild. That, you know, these next gen Dodge performance cars are slower than V6s. That's crazy. What's this Pontiac ad that I'm hearing about? Yes, somebody put an ad, I think in a paper somewhere that Pontiac is coming back. And I don't know if this is true or not. You know, I haven't really looked at the ad, but that's the big thing that's circulating, that Pontiac is coming back, which I would love. Like I've always liked Pontiac vehicles. Like I said, I got two 67 GTOs sitting outside. I like the old 03 GTO, something like that, because I remember that came out when I was in high school. Oh man, I would love to have one of those. But you know, when you're poor, now I don't always say that I'm poor, because I did have a Chevy Avalanche that was like 40 grand. But it's like, you know, you going to college, it's kind of hard to justify having a GTO. But yeah, Pontiac comes back. Yeah, they got a lot of good models, and I'm like, it'd be cool if Tim Kuniskis were able to jump over to Pontiac. Then he got all his engineers from FCA to go jump on that brand to quickly, you know, bring up some quality in there. But I will say that if they do bring Pontiac back, please do not bring back the engineers who work on weight savings, because whoever is designing these cars have no idea how to make lightweight cars, right? I mean, if you look at the Hornet, right? If you go Google the Hornet RT, the Hornet RT weighs only, I think, like 100 pounds less than the D170. And that's supposed to be a fuel efficient vehicle. So it's like, it's wild. They spent a little bit of coin to publish the ad in the magazine, that's for sure. Yeah, I had to look it out. Bring Pontiac back as a direct-to-consumer brand by badge engineering its current offerings. That will force dealers to sell lower. Shoot, I mean, heck, all they gotta do is like, well, you know, one thing they could do is if, you know, well, I mean, it just depends, because they can't really do direct customer sales, because they, all these states got all these damn laws where, you know, you have to have like a dealership network. But honestly, you can have a contract with a dealership where they had to agree to sell things at MSRP, whatever. And like, I had the idea like, hey, look, you know, why don't somebody has like a dealership on Indian reservations, right? You go to the casino and there's like a kiosk, and you can go pick up your car that you order. So you wouldn't have necessarily even have a dealer there. You can get around the whole having to have a dealership network, because Indian reservations is not, you know, U.S. territory, right? So I think it'd be an awesome idea to get around this dealership nonsense. You go custom spec you a car. You go pick which casino you want to go to. The car gets delivered in the parking deck of the casino. You go in there. You want to go gamble a little bit while they go get your car ready. You want to basically stay a night, whatever, and drive your car home, or you want to just arrange transportation from the freaking casino to your house. You can do whatever, right? So it's like, that was one thing that I actually told Tim Kuniskis that too. I actually told him, hey, look, you want to get around this D170 nonsense for the next car you have. Why don't y'all open up direct to customer Dodge centers at freaking Indian reservations to where they can't say crap to you. The Solstice was a cool car. The LS swap Solstice were like the Shelby Cobra cars. I'd never seen an LS swap Solstice. I'm gonna Google that. I remember the Solstice was like it wasn't necessarily the most good looking car. I remember the Solstice and the Saturn Sky. Because truth be told, I am a Chevy person, right? I grew up in a Chevy family. So, every muscle car I have outside is basically a Chevy or a GM product, right? I got GTOs outside. I got Chevelles outside. I got a Camaro outside. I got Chevy Avalanche. So I have way more GM than I have Dodge. But in the last several years, I bought way more Dodges or way more FCA products. Challenger RT, Challenger Hellcat, Challenger D170, TRX, Dodge Caravans, freaking. So I don't, went Dodge heavy the last few years, and so it'll be interesting where Tim Kuniskis fall back to. Like if he falls to Ford, I'm like, hey man, where's my dark horse at? Because I ordered a dark horse the same time I got screwed by Rick Hendrick. And I still don't have my dark horse. If he goes to the GM, I'm like, hey Tim, hey man, can you let me in on getting a ZR1? Because I know that's gonna be a heck of a car. So if he goes one or two brands, I'm like, hey, let me call him a favor, baby. Hey, come on, help your boy out. And your boys canceled Saturday production due to part shortages on engines. They've been running a lot of high output engines lately and a few TRX trims as test models. Okay. Yeah, so that's one of my spies at one of the Ram plants. So now they're running RHO test mules and they're running out of Hurricane engines. Yikes. Hey, they go right there. Up to date spies. Oh man. Yeah, the engines are crap. That's wild. I got my spies updating me. The rollout for the Charger for the Chrysler Concept Halican was a low-key ME12 remix, or was it just me? I mean, all I know is lifestyle. What does it matter? No one's buying it. They're not gonna put it for sale. The 57 Bel Air is hot. One of my favorite old school Chevys. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with a Tri-5. Can't go wrong with a Tri-5. But let's see. Here is the answer. So the 2024 highest performance EV Charger has a top speed of 134 miles per hour, while the base model Charger V6 has a top speed of 141 miles per hour. Even the Hornet has a top speed of 140 miles per hour. That's wild. Hold on, let me see if I can go to the actual stream and pin that. I want to pin that. Where is that? I'm gonna pin it. There we go. Pin message. There we go. That's hilarious. I should make them. I'm gonna make TK a moderator, manager moderator. I should have been made TK a moderator. But yeah. Oh man. But yeah, that's that's funny. A Hornet can be the Scat Pack. Oh god. Hold on. Let me screenshot that. You know what? Thank you, Mopar team. Let me screenshot that. I'm a laugh. There we go. I got to screenshot it. So a Hornet is good for something. That's the funny part. Oh man. So now it's time to buy Hornets. Oh Lord. You know, hold on. Let me Google, make sure I'm not getting trolled. I'll believe you, Mopar team. I believe you. Hold on, let me see. Dodge Hornet. Top speed. 2024 Dodge Hornet GT and GT Plus. This is just the slow GT. This is the slow one. 0 to 60s and 60s is what, 6.5 seconds, and it has a top speed of 140 miles per hour. That's funny. Oh man. Hey man. Hey, I'm just gonna say, hey, look, I need to make another video about that. I'm like, look, you guys know that everybody that was cracking on me for being a sellout, that the Dodge Hornet GT is actually faster than a Scat Pack. The GT might get you for, the Scat Pack might get you for a few seconds, but you're gonna blow past the Scat Pack. Oh, let me see Dodge Charger SXT. Let me see this SXT top speed. Oh damn! So this one says 138. So so the SXT is still like what, freaking like 4 miles per hour faster. Wow! Thank you, Mopar team. That's hilarious. That is hilarious, man. They're making all this new stuff that's slower than the old stuff. The slower than the old slow stuff. That's funny. Wow, that is incredible, man. I'm glad y'all are here. Wow, that's crazy, dude. Oh, let me see. Why am I? Oh, let me bring this over here. Why am I even over here? Yeah, but I still prefer the Scat Pack. I don't care. Hey, Jalen. Hey. I thought it was all about more power or no power, Jalen. Stop hating on the Hornet, man. Stop hating. Why you gotta be a hater, Jalen? Some say 141 miles per hour. Hey, that's even worse, Mopar team. That's even worse. Waiting for the gas versions in 2025 so someone can easily swap a Hemi or a high-end twin turbo setup. Gearheads about to go crazy. Hey, lifestyle, I will tell you this. I was told by somebody close to Dodge that the cars were designed for Hemi swaps. So your wish will come true pretty easily or pretty fast. I just think the main thing is if somebody does a Hemi swap in there, I mean, if it's 392, okay, cool. But if it's definitely somebody put in a Hellcat engine, they're going to put in a transmission too. Because the transmissions they're going to put in those cars are going to be, you already know they're going to be trash, right? You know that if they are cutting costs as much as possible, do you really think they're going to put in a transmission that can have like 200-300 horsepower or wiggle room to go from 500 to like 700? That people think they're going to do when they get these Hurricane vehicles. You're not going to be able to tune these. You go ahead and tune the engine to 7 horsepower and wait for that transmission to pop. So, uh, but I mean, I will say, like I said, I was told that the cars are capable of having. Why is my phone beeping? But yeah, I was told that the V8s were capable. Not the V8s, but the Hellcat engines were capable of getting put into the next gen cars. So, and I heard that Ralph Giles, he kind of wanted to have that ability for Hemi swaps. So that's what I heard. So that's what I'm thinking. It's gonna be pretty easy to do. It just depends on, like, I guess if the connectors and all that stuff can be pretty similar or whatever. I mean, they should be pretty similar. They're gonna use all the same components and stuff. So luckily, if Stellantis be cheap and not upgrade the harnesses, connectors and stuff, you should be able to put a Hemi in there. Because I mean, I can only imagine next year someone drops in like a Demon 170 engine in like a Charger Daytona. Like that thing would be crazy insane. And then is those 6-pack cars gonna be all-wheel drive? That's one thing I need to look. Is the because that's one thing I don't remember anybody saying. Is the Charger Daytona 6-pack gonna be all-wheel drive? Oh, let me see. Let me see what car driver says. Sending high outputs. It just keeps saying gas power being both 2 and 4 doors. Gas is back. Offer 2 versions. Blah blah blah. Okay, the Charger 6-packs come standard with all-wheel drive, but we're sure that the Charger owner will still manage ways to perform ludicrous. Okay, so all-wheel drive is standard on the 6-pack cars, but it's probably going to be on the high output version. You be able to disable that front, those front wheels. So that'll probably be the one where like somebody will be able to basically swap out the 6-pack engine for probably like a Hellcat engine. And I mean, heck, maybe the car with 4 wheels spinning might have enough power to not blow the engine. So you drop in like a maybe drop in like a red eye engine in there. I mean, that's like basically 200 horsepower. Maybe the car will be able to take 200 horsepower without popping. I think the main thing is how much is this thing gonna weigh. I don't think nobody really gonna know how much things gonna weigh. Like maybe it's gonna be like right at maybe 4,000 pounds, 4,500 pounds, whatever. That's just gonna be the very good question. Because I mean, that's one thing that I thought that was gonna happen with these power brokers. Because I was like, what's the point of having power brokers for last call? Why do you introduce this whole dealer concierge network of power brokers if you're killing off all the good cars? So that's why I'm going like maybe power brokers in the future would do factory approved engine swaps, right? Well, so what if it's like maybe like, you go buy let's say the 6-pack's like 50 grand at least, right? They'd be like, hey, for another like 30, 40 grand, we'll swap in a Hellcat or a red eye engine in the car. And I think the Hellcat engine was about 20 grand. So maybe like 40 grand, 30, 40 grand. They'd be like, look, we'll do an engine swap in the car. And instead of coming out 40 grand in your pocket, what if they use Stellantis Financial to basically have like a way to pay for it, or like as part of your loan? If you finance through Stellantis, you can buy the car, do the engine swap, or maybe they give like a discount on the engine or whatever, and do like a core charge. You either keep your engine, or they'll give you a discount if they take the engine from the car. So maybe it's like 30 grand, maybe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. That some of the 2024 EVs are almost 6,000 pounds of weight. But yeah, the main thing is Mopartine is the battery pack gonna weigh at least about 500 to 1,000 pounds, right? I know in a Hornet RT, it weighed damn near what 4,300 pounds, somewhere around there. Because I looked at the daggone door, and it was 4,100 pounds, and I think that the Hornet GT 4,100, yeah. So it's like that battery pack in the Hornet that only has like 30 miles of range was like 400 pounds. So you thinking you're gonna have a bigger battery pack? It's gonna basically take what 300 miles. So you're thinking what, maybe 1,200 pounds of weight that's gonna be in the belly of the Charger Daytona. So maybe it goes from like, let me see, Charger Daytona. Let's see, Scat Pack weight. Yeah, 5,800 pounds. So what if when they drop that battery pack out of there, that it let's see, 5,800 pounds minus 1,000 is 4,800 pounds. I mean, maybe they could drop out maybe 1,400 pounds to bring the car down about like 4,400 pounds total, whatever. So I mean, yeah, I said, what if the battery pack weighs about 1,400 pounds? They dropped it out of there, and it brings the car back down to that weight, or maybe it's more, and the car weighs the same as the current car for a 6-pack. So it's like that might be the case. Oh yeah, love about you got a lot to catch up on, baby. I don't talk about Tim and Pontiac and him going to Ford or getting bought up by Tesla or getting into a partnership with Elon Musk. I don't talk about a lot of stuff, love about you. You got a lot to catch up on. Right, because hold on, let me scroll back up. Let's see. This is of course the Charger model. That would be a great idea, right? Because the KO 360. Because Knockout 360 was just talking about stage kit upgrades for 392s, about to get 650 horsepower range. Oh yeah, I'm surprised they actually brought that back, because I was told that they wasn't going to do them. And then apparently Chuck, the guy that's over, I think, Direct Connection, apparently they changed their mind. Like, I was told that all the stage kits were done. They just wasn't going to basically release the kit. I don't know if it was for emissions or whatever. But I guess they got around the emissions issue. But just like with the, I know there's probably Demon 170 stage kits, but it's like, are they going to release it when all these demons are blowing engines and stuff? So it's like, so, and then like with the, there's supposed to be a stage kit for the, like another stage kit for like 2018 demons and stuff like that. So I don't know when they're going to release these stage kits, but I know they're all done. Could all-wheel drive, let's see, could all-wheel drive handle a red-eye engine? Hey, that'd be a question, Sovereign Knight. We don't know, but well, somebody gonna find out. Somebody with a lot more money than me is gonna find out. Somebody with a YouTube channel that's gonna get a ton of views, Papa Drivetrain is gonna find out. Maybe Cal SRT is gonna find out. If I had to put money on who's gonna do the first person to do a Hemi swap, it's gonna be Cal SRT. And knowing him, he gonna find him another elephant block, throw it in one of those cars, and pop a drivetrain. Then next thing you know, Cal SRT is gonna basically take out a freaking another Trackhawk drivetrain and drop it into the Charger Daytona and have like the world's only elephant powered all-wheel drive Charger Daytona 6-pack. Cause that dude does some crazy stuff. I'll say it's also really sad they stole a good nameplate Daytona in a year. Yeah, 69 with those cars topped out at 20 miles per hour. But when they go 70 miles per hour, they are bugging. And hey, like, you know, I would have loved if Dodge would have did a situation where like they made like a top speed model where it was designed to go as fast as possibly could, and you could have made that like a last call Daytona. That would have been cool. Like, because you got what last call Shaker Edition, Swinger, King Daytona. What if they had like a last call Daytona that was like 200 mile per hour cars, like 200 mile per hour red eyes, right? That would have been cool. Like, I understand the whole Black Ghost tribute car, but I mean, if they made a Black Ghost tribute car, honestly, it should have been like a bootleg Demon 170, right? They basically had like the drag suspension and red eye, not a red eye, but super stock tires and all that crap, or maybe Mickey Thompson's on that daggone car to make it go as fast. Well, damn, can't put Mickey Thompson there. That's 149 mile per hour. But wherever they need from the 2018 Demon that did 200 miles per hour, put that drivetrain in like pretty much put that drivetrain in a car, make that a Daytona last call. I think that would have worked out. The fake exhaust got to weigh 500 pounds by itself. Well, you know what? That's probably right, D, because they said there's a box underneath the car. Then you got all these fake pipes and chimes, and then with this fake exhaust, you gotta have an air compressor in there. You gotta have an air compressor. So you got an air compressor in a box pushing the air through baffles and crap, and then you have speakers to play the sound too, right? So I'm pretty sure that sound is also going to be speakers and just basically air compressor just pushing the air out, right? I'm pretty sure that they're not going to have the box basically be like a freaking one of those big giant organs and stuff playing exhaust notes, because how in the world is it going to idle? I can't help but hate the Hornet. Hey Jalen, I feel you, man. I drove one for 3 weeks. And like I said in my video, I unfortunately liked it. I mean, it was pretty decent, right? Saw some custom renderings of a Daytona with a wing on back. The custom side will be winning on these next gen to help improve the sales. I don't know if you can improve the sales when no one wants to buy Hurricanes and then you have reliability issues, right? TK's LS swap Cadillac is crazy. Oh yeah, that sucker's stupid loud. Let's see. Yeah. Let me move this chat one over here because I'm like losing my track. So I had to keep scrolling up and down. Let's see. But you know Knockout 360? No, I do not know Knockout 360. I know he lives in Charlotte, which is about like 75 miles from me. But I do not know Knockout 360. My sister ran into him, but I've never seen him. Let's see. I really need I did read a company does LS swap Solstice turnkey for $22K minus the donus car. That's not bad. That is not bad. Yeah, vote Biden out. You gotta vote the EPA out. Vote them out. Working at one of the top dealers of the country, I am nervous about the direction of Chrysler Dodge Ram. No incentivized rates. Prices are going up. Rebates are down. Now the CEO is belling ship. Hey, B. Smith, like I was told by GM today that they're going to be doing like what 5% of MSRP on all new orders to the end of this year. So try to force dealers to basically order new product to use that extra money that they give them to get rid of all the extra cars, the 2022s, 23, 24s is not selling. So I was just told that today. So maybe that might be something that you might find out pretty soon. Let's see. Yeah, Cal got insane money. Yep. That's what I'm going like. I predict that he will be the first person that's going to successfully have an all-wheel drive Elephant swapped Charter Daytona next year. I guarantee he's going to do it. If anybody has the money and the knowledge to do that crap, Cal SRT is definitely going to do it. Stellantis castrated Chrysler. Yep. Also an important message. Not confirming anything again, but I have heard word that some engineers were going to try and come up with a new V10, but this has been it's going to take years to make, and they started. Well, I mean, that would be pretty cool. I just don't know what it would go in, what it would fit in. I mean, it had to be shorter than a freaking I mean, it had to be the same size as like a Hemi engine if it goes to a car. Well, I mean, I did see that one Challenger somebody made that had the Viper V10 engine in there. Um, didn't Tavares say he was going to build a Hemi Pacifica? I don't think he did. I think he just souped it up. But I don't think with all the crap he has to do with that freaking that P1 builder, I don't think he's going to basically worry about Mopar. He does like more outlandish things. So I don't think Tavares is going to be going with Mopar when he's up there with supercars now. So they may have flopped it, but I know for a fact there were attempts. Well, I mean, I know there was attempts at hybrid Hellcats, and I know that if it wasn't for daggone COVID, we would have a hybrid Hellcat right now. But then the consolation prize was a D17. So that's why I'm waiting on the 6-packs, because those fake sounds ain't it. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty funny. Pretty sure the Froxon chambered exhaust is just speakers, no air. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if those speakers are going to push that much air in there. Like, I mean, you'd have to have, well, I mean, you're right. It could be just speakers in there, because I think I did see like I saw a patent where they put like 2 subwoofers in the daggone box, but it's like, I don't know. Like, and I think, I want to say that's probably why all those cars have like the Alpine system in there by stock, so they can push it in there. But yeah, I think you are right. I think I think it is just speakers in there. I was thinking they had to put an air compressor in there just to push the air, but yeah, I think you're right. Like I keep forgetting about chambered exhaust systems or ported exhaust, but it's like I don't know how in the world they're going to make the sound though, unless they're going to just have like a speaker that has like a high frequency range in it. Horn is not bad. The Horn is not bad. It's better than the Journey. I don't know, D. If you had to choose between the Mexico Journey and a Hornet, you probably pick the Mexico Journey because it's bigger, got more range, and I mean, I just think that was been a more smart decision for Dodge to bring the Journey over to the U.S. and not this tiny, basically hacked up Compass that has a Hornet. Like I said, I personally enjoyed it. I think it was a decent vehicle. I'm not saying that I loved it, but it was good for what it needed to do. But you dang sure cannot take it on long road trips. I mean, the Hornet RT was decent in the fact that you didn't need to plug it in to recharge the battery, right? Because I was talking to somebody else who had one that they was using, and you basically drive in sport mode. You could drive on the highway, recharge the battery, and then take it out of sport mode, go straight to EV mode, 32 miles of range. You run a battery range, sport mode, you can daggone charge the battery in sport mode, because it puts brake regen on the highest setting. So every time you let the gas, it's like, so it's like, it's real aggressive. And then that's the only mode I like driving in, was sport mode. So like, other than maybe plugging in to my house a few times a week, because I wasn't really going far distances other than taking my son to school and back, it's like, it was decent. So I just had to plug it in a couple times. Let's see. The Hornet isn't bad. It looks good, drives good, it's fun. It is way too much money. Yeah, and I told Justin, the Hornet is about $10,000 to $15,000, way too expensive. And like, if you want one, you can go grab one in the next month or two for like 15 grand off, because dealers are getting desperate. And when they get this extra money from Stellantis to buy all these new models on the lot, they're going to do deals on these cars to get them out of there, because it hurts them more to keep it on their floor plan than it does to sell it for like 5-10 grand on a sticker. So do a crime and put an LS in the new Charger. Hey, twin turbo LS. Hey, that's tried and true, baby. No, that would be bad. Let's see, blasphemy. Hey, Butter, Tim for sure booked the hell out of Dodge. Pardon the pun. Hey, I was laughing earlier in the stream. He got the heck out of Dodge. And that was pun intended. The Challenger had a V10 as a concept in 0809. Yeah, I saw somebody build one. It was for sale. Like I remember somebody sent me a message that they was selling it, but it was like I think that was like right when the D170 was getting announced. I'm like, I can't buy that in the D170. Like, nah, it would be cool. I mean, I still want to basically get me. I want to buy me 2 SXT Challengers. I want to buy one and turn it into like a track car, and I'll buy another one to turn into a drag car. Like literally strip the heck out of it, get rid of everything out of the cars, strip it down, make them as light as possible, and just build them up as like the most extreme track car, the most extreme drag car. And I think that would be freaking awesome. I think I talked to Demonology about that. I like, yeah, man, you can build you a heck of a track car if you just start with a shell. Like basically all you need. Like just grab you a cheap SXT, strip it down, and it's basically like a freaking a body in white car that's actually has a vendor plate on it, so you can drive on the street. Like, yeah, that is true. That is true. You make it sound extremely well as long as you had the right audio clip and the speakers that will pump out the right audio. Hey, Mr. J, maybe you have the audio clip. Oh, a freaking Ferrari. You go drive the street. Oh, a freaking Honda, man. That would be so hilarious. Oh, man, that was so hilarious. What happened to the SRT Hydra folks talks? Yeah, the SRT Hydra, that was like one of April Fool's jokes. The speakers I read is the piezo electric horns making the noise outside of the Daytona. Oh, that'd be funny. As these EVs finish flopping, the hydrogen is tech going to make the next wave. I mean, it could be. I mean, there's very little stuff you got to swap over to make it work. That was the name of the engine that I was freaking going like, I couldn't remember that Ford had, the freaking Coyote. I'm like, I cannot remember that, but man, it's insane. You know, you see Ford, you get like a 40, 50K V8 from Ford, drop like 10, 11K on it, and get you for like 60, 65K, a 800 horsepower Mustang. So like, I mean, like I said, I ordered me a freaking, a Dark Horse Mustang last year, right around the same time I got screwed out of my D170 by Rick Hendrick. And here we go, over a year later, I still don't have my Dark Horse, right? So it's like, dang, I wish I had my Dark Horse now. I go get that kit, and I have like an 800 horsepower Dark Horse. Whew, sinister. Because I ordered it in the blue ember color, where it looks kind of like a dark menacing gray. Then the sun has like kind of that gold effect to it. So, oh man, I'm gonna call the dealer. I got one problem to solve. You're going to see it next week. All I'm gonna say is it's pretty loud, but you're gonna see it next week. I already got one thing that showed up that I wasn't expecting, and so next week you're going to see it. I'm gonna drop that hit. I'm not gonna make a video on it until I actually have the car in my possession. But since not everybody really watches the live stream, but I'll go and tell you now, I do have a surprise coming. It's actually already here. I just got to go and get the financing done for it. But yeah, let's see. Mexico Journey is Chinese, isn't it? Yeah, the Mexico Journey is Chinese. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, all I gotta do is tool a line up and make the journey at that plant, right? I mean, because like, what if they like at Belvedere, right? The journey is on a mid-sized platform. They can make the journey and the little Ram pickup truck, the mid-sized one, on the same production line. 'Cause that's basically what Ford does with the Ranger and the Bronco. They made it on the same production line. So it would make sense for Belvedere to make like a mid-sized journey for Dodge and then make a mid-sized truck for Ram. So why not? Let's see. I've seen 3 here in Ocala. Only seen 3 Hornets on the road between LA and Orange County. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I liked it, but it's like, would I buy one? No. I mean, if I were forced to buy one, it would be a GLH. I mean, like I always buy an incognito vehicle to put the miles off of my most popular vehicles, right? I had a Hellcat, had a Ford Fusion, I had a freaking I had a Super Duty, then I had a freaking Grand Caravan, right? I got my TRX, Grand Caravan. I got my Demon 170, and I got my Chevy Avalanche. I'm gonna start daily driving again because I don't have a daily driver because I don't have a freaking Dark Horse. Because my Dark Horse was gonna be my daily driver. So let's see. Like Ocean Motivator was saying, the Hornet offers something that other contenders in its class do not. Like the all-wheel drive offer, for example, but the price is just whack. Exactly. That's the only thing that is wrong with the Hornet. Like, if the Hornet was cheap, people will buy it. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best looking car ever made, but I mean, I think it had today gonna be the point where like it had to be a vehicle that has to be in certain colors, right? I don't see the Hornet appealing in a lot of colors, right? The red one, I was like, oh man, this red color is nice. That gold one, I thought the gold one in the photos would have been a good looking color, but when you see it in person, it does like piss. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does like burnt piss. So the yellow one, no. The when Tim Kuniskis had that black GLH on stage at Speed Week, that looked good. When he had the GLH, GLH with the black, and they had the blacked out hood roof, and they had that red stripe. Like that looked pretty good with the machine wheels and the red calipers. I like, yeah, that GLH is like, you know, it looked kind of like a kind of like a neon SUV. That's basically what it looked like to me. So at the end of the day, the Hornet has the same basically power figures as like SRT Neon. It got literally the same 0 to 60, but I mean the problem is it's just like I said, Sovereign, it's just way too expensive. So it's like Dodge, from what I was told, they cannot make GLH yet for direct connection is because the Hornet is not classified as like a SUV. I think it says classified as like a pickup truck or something. So he said there's something going on with the classification, and that's why they cannot make it into a they cannot make the GLH package. They gotta solve that problem first, and then a GLH comes. I'm actually gonna text the new CEO Matt McClar about the GLH because he was actually one of the guys I talked to in the background about the Hornet. So like I said, like I have a decent relationship with Tim Kuniskis and the new CEO Matt McClar. So I know both of them. I've talked to both of them. Both of them helped me out in the background, especially with my Demon 170. And so I'm kind of sick too, so pardon that sound. But yeah, I'm gonna text Matt because I gotta text him. I'm actually gonna text him tomorrow. I'm like, you know, I forgot to text him congratulations on being the new CEO. I think I give the Mexican Journey a chance. Can't be any worse than my 12 RT was. I mean, the Mexican Journey Shopcat is actually one of the top selling vehicles in Mexico. So it gotta be doing something right. And if you go look at a Mexican ad for the Mexican Journey, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks kind of like it looks like a GM vehicle, but I think it'd be decent if it came to the U.S. Herbert was eyeballing the GLH. Yeah, I mean the GLH I think gonna be a better offering, right? GLH gonna be lighter weight, lowered, pretty much just about the same power, if not more power than the RT, with like maybe 700 pounds lighter, or like maybe maybe about well. Oh yeah, I think the engine's bigger, so probably about 400 pounds lighter. So it's like, you know, extra 400 pounds, and then no having to. I think the main problem with the RT is, right, it has a smaller 1.3 liter engine, and I think the let me see, I believe the Hornet GT has a 2 liter engine. Yeah. So the Hornet GT has a 2-liter engine, and the Hornet RT has a 1.3-liter engine, right? So the Hornet RT, the engine that doesn't have that oomph to push it. That's why it uses the electric motors to push it, and use both of those motors combined to give it the power to go through. And so you will have a Hornet GT. That's basically what the GLH is made out of. It's going to be like damn near 400 horsepower, and it's going to just be all motor pushing it. So I think the GLH, if it comes out or when it comes out, is going to be a way better option. But what are your thoughts on GM teasing the Pontiac maybe returning after 15-year absence with a hybrid 667 horsepower supercharged inline V8? Yeah, I was saying, Rockefeller, like we've been talking about that for like almost an hour, right? Tim Kuniskis going over to Pontiac, I think would be very cool. Him go over to Pontiac, or resurrect that brand. Him going to maybe Ford. I would definitely jump on the bandwagon if Pontiac came back, because two of my vehicles outside are GTOs. I got two 67 GTOs. That brand to come back, that'd be awesome. It'll finally give me the motivation to restore my 67 GTO and have it beside like a 2025 GTO. That'd be cool. Pontiac was GM owned. Yeah, but Tim Kuniskis left Dodge, FCA. So GM will definitely still basically be the owner of it, but that doesn't mean they couldn't, have engines and or basically share plants with GM. Funny you mentioned Mexico, because that's where the Dodge Sprint RT was mostly seen. Hey, just saying. Yeah, I looked at the Mexican site, MX site, and the MX Journey kind of looked sharp. Yeah, exactly. It looked pretty good. I'm like, why doesn't it come over to US? And I think one of the reasons it come over to US is because it won't pass US's like crash test stuff. But I'm going like, you can redesign the car a little bit to make it, pass crash test stuff and bring it to the US. You don't necessarily have to have China build it in Mexico. I mean, you could do like what Mercedes-Benz does. Because Mercedes-Benz does with the Sprinter van, for example. They literally assembled the Sprinter van in Germany and shipped the chassis and the cab to the US, put them on top of each other in South Carolina, and it's American made. So they can do that crap with the actual Dodge Journey. They can like fix it for crash testing, bring it across the dang border, have it assembled at a plant, and there you go. I wonder who's the first person to purchase a new body style 2-door Charger and throw a Demon motor or a Red Eye motor or even a Hellcat motor. Mr. J, I'm telling you, I guarantee you're going to be Cal SRT. I guarantee he's going to be the first one to do it. Mexico MX made all the Hemi engines since 1950s. Yep. Oh, the inline V8 isn't a thing. Yep. That's why I read out like, yeah. Congrats on the Demon, a very sweet ride. Yeah, appreciate it. But definitely thanks to daggone Tim and Matt McClair. Both of those guys helped me out with that situation. Even though those little base model Police 4 Explorer can keep a top speed of 144, 145. Yeah, I mean, there's no way those cops are going to buy those EV Chargers. They're going to buy those 6-baggers. So, it might be a situation where like those police cruisers that Dodge are going to make, they basically like don't put limitations on them and let a lot of them have a higher top speed. That would be pretty funny. I hope Tim Kuniskis returns. Yep, he's coming back. Trust me, I've already sent him a message, and I got a response. But you will see old Timmy back again. We will be frenemies once again. I was promised that. So I'm just saying we will be frenemies again. The Banshee is going to be a troll vehicle. I mean, how much is the Banshee going to cost, right? Because I guarantee you why they thought of making that Banshee. They probably thought they're going to sell it for like 120 grand. But if the Plaid is going for like $80-something thousand, it's kind of tight to have the RT the Scat Pack, and the Banshee all in that same tight price range. And like we don't even have the prices that the car gonna be at, right? How in the world is Charger Turbo to come out in a couple months and no one can spec them, no one knows the price of it, right? At least dealers, when they get their little spec code, they may not know initially when the freaking when the actual spec list comes out how much it's going to cost, but they have a pretty good idea behind the scenes how much a vehicle's going to cost. But it's like they're just notorious for like releasing the options and cars and stuff like that, but no one knows how much it's going to cost. But it's just gonna be bad. I just don't think that I just don't think that these cars gonna be very successful because of the price. The price, I think, in my eyes, is gonna be way too expensive. It's basically gonna be like you're basically gonna go jump over to Tesla because the Tesla vehicles are gonna be way cheaper. So I mean, I don't blame Tim for jumping out the way he did, and basically giving a 2-week notice. Oh man, I would text him because it is like 11 o'clock. I'll text him tomorrow and be like, I'm gonna say in my video that you pulled a gangster move and walked out with your shades on like you did. Did he have some shades on in the Charger EV video? He took the shades off when he jumped out of the vehicle. Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I will take that Charger EV video and play it backwards. Say Tim was like, at that commercial, he like, boom, I'm out, bump it, and just roll out backwards. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be funny. Oh man. Let's see. I'm sorry, but if I'm buying EV, it's gonna be a Tesla. They are a better price and proven. How many years do you get Dodge lasting moving forward? Hey, yeah, I said that earlier. I give them less than 5 years. I think within 5 years they're done. Like the way the Hornets are selling or not selling, I think they're gonna discontinue the Hornet in like 2 or 3 years. Cause like I got a dealer telling me they're only moving 1 to 2 Hornets per month, and they got like. He said he got like 20 something Hornets and he's only selling 1 to 2 a month. So he's like, yeah, I got almost 2 years worth of Hornets and I only have 20. Oh man, did he told me the only people who are showing up to buy his Hornets are people that live in San Francisco. So you can get a pretty good indication of what I mean by people that live in San Francisco. Those people are like mainly buying Hornets from him. I just busted out laughing when he said that crap. That was so funny. Oh. Oh yeah. I mean, well, it just depends on the dealer's shop cat. But in the actual nation, you got about freaking 2 years easy. Right, so it's like, man, I was like, I'll talk to one of the guys. I'm like, dude, like, there's nothing me demonology any influencer could do that's gonna convince people to actually buy the Hornet. Oh, Sovereign said with bug spray. Hey, you know what? I do have an interesting picture, Sovereign. I think I took this picture on day 1. Let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I did this on day 1 when I got the Hornet. Where is the picture at? Oh man, where's it at? It was funny too. Oh man. But yeah, I just don't see the Hornet lasting too much longer. They aren't selling. There's too many out there, and it's gonna be basically like the situation where like we'll see like 5-6 years where they'll be like, they're gonna have articles like Dodge managed to sell 5 Hornets this year, even though the Hornets have been discontinued for 3 years. Oh man, that trips me out sometimes. I think what a year or two ago, some dealers sold a caravan, or some dealers sold like a 300. It was crazy. Sometimes you see those random cars selling. Some dealers sold a Viper. I was like, dude, these dealers are holding on that long to these cars. I mean, like, really? So it's crazy to think that somebody bought like a brand new car that been discontinued for like maybe like 4 or 5 years, and there's no parts to fix the car. Dang, where is this picture at, man? I took a picture of this crap. Was it on my other phone? Let me check on my other phone. Maybe it was my other phone. Let me check this crap out. Hold on. Let me search. I could do it. Hornet. Oh, dang, you know what? Google doesn't know what a Hornet is. See if I can find it. Golly, AI. Nope. Dang, I can't find that daggone picture. Dang it. I bet even the Dart ends up selling for longer. Hey, the Dart sold what, 4 or 5 years? I feel so dumb. I thought they moved loads of Hornets when they first showed them. Then I saw the price and almost showed, hey, Charter Daytona. Maybe do the same thing. So Hornet 50K is insane. Yep. Is the new Charger is the new Charger going to be a lighter car? If not, what was the point of the new body? Nope. Scat speed. The new Charger would not be a lighter car. Like, we've already seen the reports that car is gonna be like almost 6,000 pounds for the Scat. And then I'm thinking the six banger cars, I think they're not the same exact weight as the current Challenger and Charger. They're gonna be slightly heavier. I mean, that's the one thing that I can tell you that there's one thing I can tell you that I know for a fact. FCA and Stellantis is allergic to making lightweight vehicles. Every single vehicle they make is overweight, and it's not even funny. Also, as a person who lives in the Bay Area, I can confirm I have seen 2 Hornets in my entire life, and I get out and go to San Fran a lot. No matter where you live, people hate these things. Hey, hey, I didn't say they were in San Francisco. I said people who live in San Francisco type people like to actually go and buy those Hornets. But he said they only sell like 1 or 2. So, oh man. But yeah, it is crazy. Like, they cannot make lightweight vehicles. Every vehicle's overweight. TRX overweight. Charger Daytona overweight. I can only imagine how much that Wagoneer EV is gonna weigh. The Grand Wagoneer is heavy. Like, they just cannot figure out how to make lightweight vehicles. I mean, at least Ford went to the point where they went with aluminum bodies in order to cut weight. But I mean, these guys just allergic to weight savings apparently. So I don't know, man. The 2024 Hummer RV, RT is $54,000 in Canada after the $5K government rebate. Wow, that's crazy. So you talking about the daggone Hornet in Canada is about $60,000. That is wild. It's a block of tungsten on wheels. It won't be rolling. It'll be dragging. Shoot, oh yeah, Mopar team, the Hornet. Go look at the Hornet RT weight. That's the weight for the Hornet GT. Go look at the Hornet RT's weight. The sucker is about as heavy as a Demon 170. That was wild. Well, I looked that stat up. Let me go look right now. Demon 170 weight. Yeah, Demon 170 is 4,275 pounds. The freaking the Hornet RT with the battery pack is like 4,150 pounds, something like that, right? So it's like so the Hornet RT is about 100 pounds less than Demon 170, and you wonder why it's so daggone slow. Then you get the little 1.3 liter engine in there. That's why I'm going like, I wouldn't buy a Hornet RT. I'll do the GT because another thing Tim said it was gonna have a stage kit. So it's like, what would be the point of RT? Like, I gotta say they left the 2 liter motor in the RT to at least have it have some punch in it, but it doesn't have that oomph. Like, it's decent. It'll surprise somebody if you stay in high gear, but it just not there. So it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna text Tim Kuniskis like after he actually leaves. So now will you tell me the truth of how you really feel about the Hornet? Oh, can you tell me the truth of how you really feel about the Charter Daytona? Oh God. I'm gonna ask Tim a bunch of questions. If he watches this live stream, I'm gonna ask him a bunch of questions. Like, I've already asked him the Viper question. I already had the answer to the Viper. But I'm gonna ask him like, hey, whatever happened to that Challenger ACR, that Hellcat hybrid, why you guys? Well, I did ask him why he didn't bring the Journey back, but I'm definitely gonna ask him like, how do you really feel about that daggone Hornet? Because I know dang well. I mean, you might have been fond of the GLH, but you had to have second thoughts. Like, I mean, was it like when you went to Speed Week, day 1, you was happy as crap. Then day 2, you like, it's all right. Then day 3, you're like, oh, heck no, this is the last straw. I'm out of here. Oh, man. But yeah, hey, love a few NDA. Hey, look, I'm going to say this. I don't necessarily need to have his exact words. All I got to do is say, I assume, I think, maybe. Because there have been some things that I've said in videos where like, I guess, I think, maybe that were things that people had told me. I just didn't want to basically get them in trouble. I didn't want to basically seem like I was guessing, even though I knew exactly what it was. So, but, oh yeah, hey, Sovereign, I'm gonna ask him, hey, Tim, how do you feel about Alfa Romeo being the crown jewel of the brand, and you sell more Challengers or Chargers than they sell of every version of the car? Oh man, like I'm never gonna ask him about that. Like, I gotta ask him, like, hey dude, how do you feel about Alfa Romeo being the crown jewel? Oh God, that's gonna be so hilarious. Another RT Plus at $70,000 in Edmonton. Like, hey, Shopcat, do these dudes think that the Hornet RT is like a Hellcat killer sleeper or something like that? Wow. The cheapest GT is $50,000 in Canada. Wow. Man, you talk about getting neutered. Oh man, that Justin Trudeau is tripping up there. Wow. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask Tim a lot of questions. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna space them out. I don't want to give him, too much Dodge overload. But I'm definitely gonna space them out. Hey, what about that time you guys didn't make this car? Hey, what about that time you guys did that? Hey, what about all those times Demon 170 inches blue? Hey, what about all those times that you want to make all these sticker pack cars? But I'm pretty sure he's going to end up in a pretty good location. So where that is, I'm pretty sure I'll get. I'll just hint that I was hinted that I might like where his new location might be at. So we'll see. Like if I see like that one random article about freaking Motor Trend, Tim Kuniskis lands at I don't know, freaking I mean, what other places would there be that's exciting to go to, right? I mean, other than the auto group. Oh God! What if it's funny if Tim Kuniskis is like appointed to be the CEO of McCake? Oh God, that'd be hilarious. Tim Kuniskis is the new CEO of McCake. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. But I'm saying Tim probably got an NDA in a severance, multi-million-dollar retirement package. Hey, love by few. I can go and tell you right now, every single employee of Stellantis has NDAs. So that still doesn't stop some people from talking to me, right? So they can never, well, I would say that they can never talk negative about the company publicly. That's in all their contracts. So trust me, I already know what kind of contracts these guys have. So I already know they can't really tell me stuff officially, but hey, I can always assume. Because I mean, the funny part was that Tim Kuniskis told me when he had talked to me back in December. He like, you know what? For a guy that has a lot of connections and stuff, and to be guessing, like, you're not right about everything, but you're right about a lot more things than everybody else is. And I took that kind of like a badge of honor that I got him to tell me that I was more accurate than anybody else who covers Dodge. And he was like, so tell me who you talk to, because some of those people got to know me. And I've been told, like, look, I can't tell you that. Oh, Lord. I can't, he like, I told, like, I can't tell you who it is, but just know that you know who they are. And let's just say, I'm not gonna say that part, but just I did tell him that people that I talk to are people that actually knows him, that works for him. So he not gonna know. I'm never gonna tell him who it was, but I know people that actually are pretty cool with him, that knows him, that maybe. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not, cause if he watches this, I won't give him any hints, because I've even told him the same thing. Like, look, I'll tell you the same way I tell any person that gives me information. If you don't want me to repeat something that you tell me, just say between us. Between us, I'll never repeat it to anybody. Like, I won't even repeat it off camera. So it's like, if it's something that you don't want me to say, I'll take it to the grave. So, but anything else you tell me, just know that I could, allude to it. I might, make it sound like, I'm gonna make it sound as though, kind of, not, well, like I said, I'm not gonna say that part either. But yeah, just know that if he tell me something that he doesn't want me to repeat to anybody, I won't repeat it to anybody. Like, I tell any other source that if it's something that you don't want me to repeat to anybody on camera, just let me know you don't want me to repeat it. Because there are some things that people didn't want me to repeat that I know about that I'm still not going to tell, because I give everybody that promise, because that's the one thing about me. Like, everybody knows that I have so much inside information that pretty much anybody puts out there on YouTube. So, but that's because people trust that when they tell me something, I won't reveal who they are. If they tell me something that they want nobody else to know, I won't tell nobody else. And then I won't reveal anything that will reveal who exactly it is. Because sometimes there's some things that people tell me that I know exactly what the issue, not exactly what the issue is, but I know exactly what is coming, but I can't exactly say it exactly how they told me, right? Just like, I think 3-4 years ago, that I said that a detuned elephant was coming. I had already knew that it was working on a baby elephant. I couldn't necessarily come out and say in the video that, hey, they're going to make a smaller elephant that's supposed to be based off the 6.2 Hemi, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I just vaguely mentioned that, hey, there's going to be a detuned elephant coming. So I got to kind of find ways that like, that when people tell me information that it doesn't single them out. Because I also had to worry about people who work within the brand who might tell me false information, or let's just say Ram tells somebody this, somebody that, somebody this, somebody that, and then they're like, oh, look, this dude repeat this on the video, so it has to be this group of people that we told, and try to single people out. Because I did have Ram try to investigate people who talked to me in the past and try to figure out who exactly it was, but they never figured it out. Because there are just so many people who actually work there at Ram who talk to me. They'll never figure out exactly who it is. And then the funny part is they don't know whether or not it's the people who's investigating me or people who was talking to me. So it's like they didn't know. I think I got investigated by Ram twice. This was before Tim Kuniskis. So it's very funny. But yeah, I got a very big joke out of that where Kuniskis asked me, hey, so who do you talk to? I'm like, can't tell you that, Tim. I can't tell you that, man. Like, just like with the UAW stuff, I know people within the UAW. I know people within Ram. I know people within Dodge. I know people who worked at corporate. I know people who had to take their early retirement. So I knew a lot of people. So now I was like, like I wonder if I can start getting people from other brands too. Like it'd be very interesting. I start getting people from like Ford and Chevy to leak me information. And I started covering those brands as well. It started being a headache for Mary Barra and what was that? Jim Fairley or Jim Fairley, whatever you want to call it. Hey Eric, what's going on, man? I know it's been a while since I did a live stream. I've been extremely busy, right? You know, D170 stuff, and then trying to get all that crap taken care of, then the horn and all that, and then now I got this new, like I said, you're gonna see it next week. It's very bright, it's very loud, and if you see my IG story, you'll have a pretty good idea exactly what it is. So that's why, like, you follow me on IG, you get hints about stuff that's going on. I didn't get my IG followers up. I think I only got like maybe like I'm at 1,300, I think. Yeah. Oh, I'm at 1,304. Cool. Climbing up. I need to get about 10,000 there. I need about 10,000. But yeah, I'm climbing up on there. Whatever happened to the Barracuda? Well, you got to remember one thing is they said that they're gonna make carbon fiber CUDA shells and put them in direct connection. And then they hinted last year that it could make a CUDA trim, which would be interesting. Because they showed that single headlight design. They showed that book on Instagram. So it would be interesting if like they actually make a CUDA trim, maybe RT, Scat Pack, CUDA, get rid of Banshee. I don't know if anybody's really going to jump on the actual Banshee bandwagon. Maybe if it was a Barracuda, it might be a way to jump people into the Banshee, rename Banshee to Barracuda, because the Banshee is still technically only a concept car. So there's nothing, excuse me, official saying that the Banshee is actually the real name of the car. And they did just re-trademark the name CUDA again. So I always believed that the name was going to be CUDA. I had somebody tell me they was talking about using that trim. So that might be what happens next year. They might call the Banshee Barracuda. I think that'd be one way to do it, because that's basically the same thing that Ford does with the Mach-E. The Mustang Mach-E. That no one wanted to actually. They probably thought nobody was going to buy a electric crossover, so they gave it the Mustang name to make people, I guess, give it a look. Just like with the Ford Lightning, instead of calling any other EV name, they want to call it the Ford Lightning. So I could see them renaming the Banshee to Barracuda. I think most of us falling butter have similar interests in vehicles. Yeah, like I mean, me personally, Mr. JR, a fast, affordable. Well, dang, I can't really say it. A Demo 7 is not technically affordable. Like 120 grand in nobody's book is affordable, right? But like I have a very good sense of fast vehicles. I mean, TRXs, Hellcats. Dang, I can't. I can't say, you about got me. I can't say the other name, guy. I can't tell you exactly what the car is. So, like I said, y'all find out next week exactly what it is. If you're on my IG, you'll see it in my story. But yeah, like if I had my daggone Mustang Dark Horse, that would be my what day? I can't say it'd be in my garage. Like, dang, it'd be sitting outside right now. I need a bigger garage, because I could potentially have 3 cars this year. So I only got 2 spaces, and one of my brother cars in there. I wonder what's going to happen to Dodge now that Tim Kuniskis is stepping down. Well, yeah, I mean the main thing with me is I think that Dodge is going to definitely take a hit that Kuniskis is gone, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are loyal to Tim who only wanted to buy vehicles from Dodge because he was there. So it's like, he definitely takes the passion of Dodge with him. Now, the new CEO, Eric, that I actually know him, Matt McClar. I've actually texted him pretty much almost every freaking day. I'll show y'all, so I'm not capping as like the oh good, yeah, you can't see his number. Let me yeah, so let's see. Oh, can I zoom? Oh, come on, zoom. Ah, there we go. Matt McClar, SVP. Yeah, so I already have Matt's number, and like I said, I've been talking to him literally every week for months. So Matt is a very cool dude, very very nice, very awesome. Always quick to respond. Anytime I ask him a question about something, if he didn't have the answer, he literally had the answer for me within a day. So Matt, I think he's gonna be pretty much a solid. I think he's gonna pretty much be like a solid CEO for Dodge. I think the only problem is going to be is he going to be able to weather the storm that's coming to Dodge? Because I think, like I said, Tim Kuniskis got out at the right time. Every project that he has touched is gone, and Stellantis killed it. So it's like, can you really be that passionate for a company that destroys every single project that you have touched? So I can see why Tim left. Every project he touched is gone, discontinued, and he can't bring it back. I mean, I know Ralph Giles would love to have the Viper back. They can't bring it back. Hellcat's gone. I mean, are they gonna make another drag pack? Shoot, are they gonna put V8s in another car again? So it's like, what can you do? Then you get appointed to Ram trucks last year, and then so you get appointed to Ram trucks. Oh, within 6 months, no more Hemis. So it's like, and then you hear all this stuff going on within a 6-month time period. Demons blowing engines, demons porous engines, demons leaking oil, demons rusting, demons having all this paint correction stuff. Oh, I gotta put that in the video. I was talking to a transporter who was telling about all the demon issues when they were transporting them. I gotta talk about that in the video. Hey, I'm glad I remember that crap. But then yeah, you got all these demon issues in transport. You got all these demons held up because of they didn't have enough carbon fiber wheels. So you only had like 800 cars with carbon fiber wheels on there. Then you had all the hold up with all these demons getting held up by the black stripe on the hoods and stuff. Then you got like all these cars that's like breaking in the same spots. Like for some reason, the cars are tweaking because the cars ain't welded right. Then you got your underlings denying warranties. Because like if you got a dude whose car, if somebody tells you they got cut the entire rear half of a car off, how's that a warranty repair? I mean, literally no company, especially insurance companies, they're gonna want to insure a car that's had the whole back half of the car fixed. Because I mean, I just know from taking an estimating class, they literally told me that if you mess up the quarters in a car or like a crumple zone like that, they don't want to warranty that they're gonna well, not warranty, they don't want to insure that car anymore because it's a freaking safety hazard. And so yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Eric. That's what I'm talking about, Eric. You got these cars that are tweaking, cracking windshields in the exact same spot. So it's like, did a series of cars go down the line at the same exact time, didn't get welded properly, and all of those several cars, they go down the line, they go out, they go to different parts of the country, and here, tweak, window crack. So it's like, that's why I want to try to figure out how many people whose windows are cracking. That way I could go look and see what day their car was made. Because if those cars was made literally like on the same day in the same batch number, that means they had a batch of cars. All those cars was all made together, not welded properly, went to several different dealers in different parts of the country, and then tweak. And then the next thing is going to be, if it's like a batch of cars, let's say it's like 30 cars, and maybe only 10 of those cars people bought, the other 20 are sitting at dealers. When somebody buys that car the next year or two, click. So it's like, you got to investigate that. So, I mean, it gets to the point where I can see why you would want to leave. Everything that you built, everyone you work with, it's gone, right? I mean, like I said, I did the video who knew over 90-something% of everybody who used to work FCA is gone. All those was Tim Kuniskis' employees that worked underneath him, right? Either him or Mike Koval or the Jeep people. Hell, they try to sell your headquarters from underneath you. And then there's another article that I read was saying that with the suppliers are pissed because no one in North America had the power to negotiate, that they had to basically go and negotiate with people across seas. So if Tim Kuniskis and his crew wanted to negotiate for parts and stuff, they was handcuffed by over the seas by Carl Severus. And so there's written in the article that suppliers are pissed off at Stellantis because they used to be able to go to the headquarters, have conversations, negotiate prices on parts, but now they can't do so. And now they got to go communicate during like virtual meetings or go email and stuff like that to people over in Europe. So that's why, did I? Oh no, I didn't put that in the video yet. But there's an article that I saw where Stellantis has the worst relationship with suppliers, and it's showing. Like the graph is like crazy. Like it's like you can see when Stellantis took over, whoop, drops. Then it did like a little rebound, but I guarantee after this year, when they redo their little survey of all the vendors and stuff, it will drop right back down. So, like I said, I wouldn't doubt why he dipped out. The 2018 Demon was cooked to perfection. The 2023 Demon 170 was not cooked to perfection. It was rushed. So I would say that, yeah, you're pretty much right there spot on. That, yeah, I wouldn't say Demon 170 was rushed. I would say that they basically tried to build it too quickly. Because, like, it was already crazy that they had to basically show the car. Well, hell. Well, first they're going to show the car at SEMA. Then the engine was blowing. And then they had to wait to fix it. Then they had to wait all the way till like March to show it again. And then they had to wait all the way till like June to close the order banks up. And then they had to start from July pretty much to December to build those 3,300 cars. So it's like they lost November, December, January, February, March. They lost 5 months worth of production because of it blowing engines. So it's like, I don't think it was rushed. I think that like stuff fell apart, right? Because I mean, I saw on the Hellcat forum, they had where people saw that these cars were at testing tracks. And so they saw them already have carbon fiber wheels. But the vendor who made the carbon fiber wheels, those wheels were snapping when they was testing them. So they had to go basically redesign the wheels. And I think they said that the wheels snapped again. And then they had basically had to go to where they had to make they basically had to go where it's carbon fiber barrel, but it had the aluminum centers. Because they couldn't stop the wheels from snapping on launches. So I'm going like, you know, that was the case. So like, and then I saw some other guy, I think he was like a vendor for the company. And he was saying that Dodge put an order in for like 3,000 sets of wheels. So it's like Dodge put an order in for a bunch of wheels, but I guess there's something that's wrong with that company to where they just couldn't make that many wheels, especially like within that short time frame. So it's like, you know, you got like, you know, that crap happening where they couldn't get the wheels right. Then you had I think it was Penske. They couldn't paint all the carbon fiber stripes of the cars, so that delayed the cars from getting released. Then you had, I think it was IHI who made the helmet blowers. They shipped the blowers, and then I think the cars were held up on the line because all the blowers were bad, so they go replace the blowers. So you had that problem going on. Then you had engines still messed. Oh no, they had a software issue. They had either a software or emissions issue. That's why they couldn't release the cars. And then once they got that fixed, then they was able to release the cars. So it was like there's a whole lot of crap going on. Then you had a strike, which some of the plants that, you know, sent the parts was on strike. They had suppliers pissed off. So you had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with the D170 for it to not get made properly. So it's like, you know, oh man, it just a lot of stuff went wrong at the right time. It's like I think with the I mean, I don't know. Is that maybe the difference between FCA and Stellantis? Because FCA pulled off the 2018 Demon perfectly, and then Stellantis could not pull off making the Demon 170 properly, because FCA did it without no prior knowledge of how to make a 2018 Demon. They just made that car from scratch. And then the Demon 170 is nothing but a regular 2018 Demon with a few more things beefed up from them learning what broke on 2018 Demon, right? I mean, that's why they switched tires out. That's why they went to E85, because they saw what people were running. People were running Mickey Thompsons. People were running E85. People were, cracking in the rear diffs. Because that was a big thing back in 2018, right? These guys was racing, cracking rear diffs. So people had diff braces. So what? They beefed up the rear diff. They beefed up the axle. Oh, not the axle, but the drive shaft. So all this stuff that was fixed on the DB170 was because they would listen to whoever was racing the 2018 cars. And it looked like Stellantis failed to properly make the DB170. Maybe it's cheap parts. Maybe it's just a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of stuff with these vendors is happening at the wrong time, especially in the time period where the vendors hate Stellantis. Because you go Google like Stellantis and like vendor relationships, they are at the bottom of the list. So, and then it didn't help also, I think a year before, Stellantis was trying to play hardball with the vendors, and those vendors was like, they was extremely pissed off at Stellantis. And then you have this year, certain vendors are withholding sending parts to plants, and they are suing Stellantis. So it's a lot of stuff going on with these vendors, which kind of makes sense why in the world they had so many problems with these cars. So I gotta take out my head. Oh man, I had those headsets in my head for how long we going on? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Wow. And dang, none of y'all guys still here. That's awesome. You're right. FCA managed to do it. Or want to buy a time machine. Hey, yeah. I want to buy a way back machine. If Tig can be patient, he's going to be able to buy a Dodge Ram with his severance package on his own. With the way Tavares is managing things, I've never seen a CEO take a brand so quickly. Yeah, so I would say that one thing about it is like, even he was able to buy the trademarks for Dodge. It's not going to matter if you don't have a plant. That takes billions of dollars. You got to get billions of dollars to buy. You got to buy a plant. Then you got to go buy the tooling, the robots, and all that stuff. I mean, it's a Rivian, hundreds of millions of dollars to start making cars. It took them, 3-4 years to make cars? So it's like you would need investors to invest billions of dollars into starting another company. And it's just like, how many of those investors are tree huggers who are going to want a V8 car? So that's why I'm going like, if Tesla buys it, Elon Musk buys it, something like that, that would make sense. Stellantis started so many rivalries for no reason. I mean, I think the main thing is you had a bunch of people who came in with the cheap mindset to basically cost cut things because that's how they feel about us as Americans. I mean, that's basically what it is. They feel as though us as Americans are too dumb to not see the cost cutting. And, that's part of the thing I'm going like, I mean, there's even people who telling me now who have, let's say, 2020 cars compared to or 2020, 2021s compared to these last cars. And they go like, oh, my leather feels better in my older car. My car just feel like it's more powerful. My car just feels as though it's like, it functions better. The doors close better. And then it's like, these last calls might be like the worst freaking year for the Challengers ever since maybe 2015 when they first came out with this new body style. So it's like, man. Stellantis started, yeah. Oh yeah, I already read that part. Plus, Stellantis treated the American workers unfairly. I mean, heck, Eric, they basically laid all of them off. So it's like 94%. Like FCA had almost 200,000 employees, and now they're down to under 12,000 within 4 years. That's a lot of people gone. And so I'm going like, taking this going like, hell, everybody I work with is gone. Everybody I talk to now is over in Europe. So China will buy one of the big three to continue establishing dominance. Oh yeah, Mr. 300. I can tell you this. If anything, I guarantee within 5 years, it's like, I don't see Dodge pulling around. You lost the CEO. Like I said, I think the new CEO is cool. Matt McClair, I think he's a cool dude. But it's like, the damage is done. Like, ever since Stellantis had Tim Kuniskis come out there and talk about, they're going to bring in this EV Challenger, whatever it was when we saw it on the other commercial. But he said that their main demographic is millennials. kids who do not have money to buy $80,000 vehicles. That is their target demographic going forward. I think that one commercial basically set Dodge up for failure because they basically discounted everybody else from like 30 to 80 who buys these products, who has the money to buy these products. They literally threw all of them away for 20-year-olds. And those 20-year-olds aren't buying Hornets. They aren't buying 4xe. They aren't buying the Jeep 4xe. They're not buying the Wrangler 4xe. It's like those millennials aren't buying cars. Like if they buy anything, they're buying Toyotas. They're buying Kias. They're buying cheap cars. So it's like you don't really see a lot of young people buying expensive cars. So I mean, like, so it's like, you know, they buy Kias like 30 grand and you go buy like the same thing. And it's like literally what, you go buy the same equivalent in Dodge. It's like $50,000. Test driving a Hornet this weekend. Hopefully a 2025 Ram 1500. Check out the Hurricane too. I think Walmart Nation for the $5. But yeah, depending on what you drive, you know, I haven't drove a GT with the bigger engine in there, but I know I just said drove the RT. Like I said, it was pretty decent driving it. The Ram 1500, hopefully it doesn't turn off on you. Because I got to do a video about that crap too, where they had people talk about they drove one, it just turns off, or it shows like crazy messages on their dash. Stellantis did one good thing, pissed us. Yeah, they did piss off the muscle car market. That's one good. Well, I wouldn't say that's one good thing they did, but that's one thing they did that's going to kind of bite them in the butt cheeks. But yeah, it's about 11:40. Oh wow, I've been on here for a while. Yeah, 2 hours and 46 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of wrap this up next about 5-10 minutes. But because I can't even breathe. Oh, that's why I ain't made that many videos this week, because I've got kind of freaking allergies and stuff. But and now I'm trying to like hold my breath and talking at the same time. I can't freaking breathe out my nose. But yeah, I'll just wrap up by saying that yeah, Tim Kuniskis, he may be gone from Dodge, but he will not be gone from the public eye. It'll be funny. Tim Kuniskis goes somewhere where I can still talk about him on videos. That'll be very hilarious. Oh God, I can only imagine where he's going. But I may have been hinted that he may go somewhere that I might like. So we will see. I hope Matt McClair have a nice career there at Stellantis, heading Dodge. It just, and I'm going to text him this too. I'm like, you got a very tough task, because I mean, you're head of the ship that everybody sees is sinking, and it's like, I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if this is going to last for a long period of time. But, yeah, that just, oh, man. Yeah, man. Like, I can't even breathe on my nose. That's why I'm trying to, like, take a deep breath while I talk, because I can't talk and breathe up my nose. So, that's why I'm trying to, like, take a second to breathe and then talk. That's why I kind of slow down and talk, because I can't freaking breathe right now. My nose is so clogged up, I can't breathe. So I'm like, the crazy part is, well, as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna go jump in the damn shower so I can start breathing again. But don't you hate when you get allergies to the point to where it gets so bad that your sinuses is so clogged up that it feel like your head is going to explode? Oh, nah, Sovereign. Hey, look, I'll tell you this. Allergies are rough, but the one thing I know is every time I come to California, I never have allergies. So I think it's like, I might be allergic to like some kind of certain tree over here that's letting out pollen on the ground. But every single time I came to California, I never get sick. I never have allergies. I remember one time I came on a plane, stuff like this. I get to California, within a few hours, boom. I'm like, oh damn, I'm good. Like usually this time of the year, I'm sick like crap. Because like sometimes it's so bad over here where I live at that a lot of times I never came outside during the daytime. I will always come outside at nighttime. So it was just that's how bad it was here in North Carolina. But like I go to California, I think because there's a certain tree that I'm actually allergic to. I never got tested for it, but I do know that every single time I cross like over like pretty much from Colorado to California, I never get sick. I never have allergies. Like I literally lived in like LA, Lancaster area for like off and on like a good year. Never got allergies, never got sick. And then I literally come back to California, if not every year, like every other year, and then never get sick. Never get allergies. I went to Florida one time, I had no allergies. Then when I came back to Detroit, my allergies came back. I was bad. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you get sick to certain things in your area. Like I don't think it's just generic allergies. I think it's just to the point to where like there's something specific that irritates you and you just grew up around it. And then when you get out of that area, you're fine. You come back to it, your body like, damn, boom, you're screwed. Pollen is heavy in North Carolina and South Carolina. Remember, it was stationed there in the military. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. I like, that's why a lot of times I would spend my summer times away from here, right? Like, especially like, that's why I like my job where I go travel a lot of times. And I'm like, look, where we gonna work at? Oh, New York? I'm good. Like, where you gonna work at? You gonna work in Colorado? I'm good. Go see me at Colorado. Oh, you wanna work in California? Oh, I'm good. Go see me in California. You wanna go work in Texas? Oh, go see me in Texas. I'm good. But it's like, I'm over here in the Southeast, I'm dead. I'm good. Like even going to Florida, I'm like, But I don't know, Florida is like that dang humidity too, man. It's like you got allergies and humidity, man. Like, golly. Like, Florida's cool and all, but like you got sometimes those that humidity is high enough, man. Like I can't breathe for crap. And like I say, it used to be so daggone bad. I just cannot freaking breathe. And like I get such bad headaches. And it's like no matter how much Zyrtex or whatever crap it is for allergy pills, the crap don't work. Take it like damn Tic Tacs. So I like, man, bump this crap. I'm just gonna just like not come outside during the damn daytime. And that's how I used to do. I used to just stay inside. Just stay inside till the nighttime. Hey, go hang out with my friends from like 8 o'clock to like 4 a.m. like every day in the summertime. So it's like, man, I just hate that crap. So now it's like I don't got a choice but to go outside because I got a 5-year-old and he loves being outside. And like I can see in his face, he'll get puffy and stuff. So I'm like, damn, son, like I done infected you with my allergies. So I'm like, oh God, but he loves being outside. Even he's stuffy. He loves being outside. So we gonna see if he likes that crap when he gets older. But I damn sure don't like it, man. Oh, but yeah, man, yeah. We have 2 hours and 53 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get this crap up out of here. I got bad allergies here in Utah. The mountain dust ain't no joke. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I've been to Utah. I've been. I worked up there. I worked up there like Salt Lake and yeah. Utah got a lot of like these funny city names. Let me go look at the Utah. Like I remember those damn funny city days out there. I remember driving on that damn highway. I kept like, what the hell? Like I swear something was like. We go look. Oh yeah. American Fork. I remember American Fork. I remember there was another one that was funny as hell too. Oh, American Fork, Spanish Fork. I swear there was another one somewhere. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go get up out of here. Oh yeah, Lehigh. Oh yeah, I see right there, Lehigh. Yep. But yeah, it's just funny to me. You probably think it's a normal name, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of there. You start seeing that as a funny. You ain't lying, bro. I tell you, man, I've been out there, man. I've been to almost every major city out there, and I was like, like, what the hell, like go to Spanish Fork. I'm like, what the hell I gotta go? What the hell go get a Spanish Fork for? Hey, buddy, what's your opinion about the current Fast and Furious movies? Me personally, I like them. I think after the last couple ones that they've gotten kind of like odd. It's like just doesn't make any sense. It's like, I mean, I always enjoyed the earlier ones when they kind of was grounded to reality. Now these new ones are definitely not grounded to reality. Like especially that last one where like Dom gonna jump off a damn mountain and he gets the damn cable wrapped around the wheel of his charger and he gets flung around. And I'm like, dude, like anybody else did that crap, they're dead. And then that what was that Hobbs and Shaw? Like, come on, dude. Like this dude's like a damn cyborg and crap. And the damn bike's going around doing all this crazy stuff. I'm like, sometimes, I can understand trying to make things entertaining, but I mean, you could do more grounded movies. I mean, everybody likes James Bond because it's very grounded movies. Like, even though he has all this kind of gadget, or Mission Impossible is very grounded, but it's like they done took Fast and the Furious like very excessive. And like, I mean, the last one was that Fast 9 or 10 or whatever, or they got your boy from Aquaman in there. I'm going like, dude, like you're trying to make him, and like he does not at all to me seem as though he's supposed to be this daggone dangerous. He seems as though he's pretending to be dangerous, but he's really a freaking clown. I'm like, and then it was the one before that where John Cena is now his long lost brother. I'm going like John Cena and freaking John Cena and was it Vin Diesel? Those two are brothers. I'm like, did they basically tell John Cena to get like a spray tan to make him seem more yellow than white? Cause he definitely not like the same John Cena from the WWE. He definitely seemed like a more yellowed out John Cena to be Vin Diesel's brother. So I'm like, I like the last two is like, I think the last one that I like, the last one I liked was when they introduced Shaw, where he was when he'd go around it like the other Shaw, not the Jason Statham Shaw, but his other brother Shaw, and when he was like terrorizing people. I think that was like part of the last one I liked. The Jason Statham Shaw is like the dudes keep showing up out of nowhere with like, no way. Like, how did he know where everybody's at? Like, he doesn't have this little God thing or whatever, or Aries or whatever. He doesn't have all this stuff to figure out where the people are at. And he just randomly shows up. It's the Rocket thing. I mean, no. John Cena. Go look at John Cena being Vin Diesel's brother. You go look at John Cena in the WWE and look at him in the Fast and Furious movies. This dude, like, he has a spray tan. Like, I swear, like they spray tanned him to make sure he looks like he's Hispanic. John Cena was pale as hell. He was like, God, what's that daggone dude? I can't remember the dude's name. He was like Celtic Warrior Light. I can't remember the dude's name. Where he was like, John Cena is pale. But in the Fast and Furious, he's spray tan. The dude is not Hispanic. So I'm like, it was already like a horror right there. And so then you got like what? I mean, I like when The Rock came in, especially the first time he came in and he was hunting them down. I like that one. And then what was it that one Fast and Furious movie? He get hurt in the daggone beginning, and then he breaks his cast, and then he goes and help everybody out and crap. So I like The Rock. It just those last two is like, come on, dude. Like, John Cena's a brother, and the next thing you know, you kill him in the next movie. I'm like, okay, it's freaking weird. And then you make Aquaman like the villain who doesn't even seem like he's a villain. It's like, oh yeah, Sheamus. Yeah, Sheamus. Yep. You know exactly what I'm talking about too, didn't you, Jayla? But yeah, But yeah, but then you know, the last one was like way too much stuff in one movie. You got Aquaman being the villain. Then you got Captain Marvel being like Mr. Nobody's daughter. Where you got Mr. Nobody's son in there too, and like I don't think they never even interact with one another in the movie. Either you got brother and sister in there. Then you got all this other crap happening, and then it ends on a cliffhanger. So it's like it just way too much stuff. But yeah, we ran 3 hours, but yeah, I still cannot breathe. But like, yeah, y'all can't see me once I hit this stop streaming button. But like, I'll see y'all later. Later, Mopar, Sovereign, Jalen, Eric. I'll see y'all guys later. I'll see you out there, shop cat. But until the next time,